Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Lovely to see you all here. Hello, hello. What is going on, everyone? What is going on? Nice to see you all here, as per usual. Welcome to another lovely Limbus Company game day play way. It is patch day. Oh, not really. It's patch notice day. The day we get the patch. It's patch acquired day. And we are going to be talking about the patch, which, to be honest with you, is so short and tiny. There's nothing really major on the patch besides a few bug notices, which are quite funny. And the Daiyu ID, which coincidentally is also quite short. So, yeah, we might not have a lot. Normally, these discussions go on for a few hours. I don't think these discussions will go on long more than an hour. Maybe. We'll see. I'll see if I can stretch it out, you know what I'm saying? However, we will obviously be waiting for everyone to join in before we do that. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. As you guys have known, I did release if you haven't seen it already, there's the live reaction review to the kit. And yeah, there's some funny things in the patch notes that we scampered over. I always yap for 3 hours. It's more like like 2.5 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours. Especially after, I will not lie to you guys. My voice, and this always happens, by the way. This always happens after we do custom review stuff. My voice is fucking shot. Like, damn. You know what I mean? My voice is cooked, bruh. That shit. Oh, man. It doesn't hurt to speak, but definitely I have to put a lot more effort into speaking. So, I guess, well, we have everyone gathered around. Let's, honestly, let's get right to the patch, shall we? Ooh. December 4th, scheduled update notice. That is going to be today, as you guys know. Well, not today, this week, I should say. Damn, dude, I don't know how to speak anymore, bro. Fuck. I'm cooked, man. I don't know how to speak. I don't know how to speak the only language I know. Okay, rewind. So we have the December 4th scheduled update notice, which is going to be this week, as you guys know. So. Anyway. First thing will be the Drifting Blade of Hongguan ID. Classic. Nothing really noticeable about that. Who's on the target extraction? Ishmael is the target extraction. We have the most important thing of the patch, to be honest with you, is the Lei Hang announcer, which, is it just meme or, is it just me, guys? But is this is a ProjectMoon moment, by the way. Look how HD this panel of Lei Hang is. Like this, look how HD this is compared to the normal text, right? Like this is all standard definition, but then you get the Lei Hang, and they gave him 1080p text quality for him, dude. I think they might be playing favorites. But let's talk about the new extractable announcer, Lei Hang. So we have the featured extraction list on the standard extraction banner, which is obviously going to be Ryōshū and Ishmael. So if you pull for Ishmael and Ryōshū, you get this. The extraction period will last, obviously, 2 weeks. Some or lose the tongue. Ooh, okay, I like it. Yeah, 2 weeks as per usual. Now, most important thing, please note that the announcer extraction rate does not affect the rate of 3 stars or ego. Okay, this is specifically 2 and 1 star IDs have a lower extraction rate to make room for the announcers, which I'm going to be 100% with you is better. Okay? I always talk about this. It is always more worth to pull announcer than a 2-star or a 1-star, because you pull a 2-star, you get like 10 shards or 15 shards. You pull a dupe fucking announcer, you get 50 thread crates. Dude, do you know how much thread that is? And then you can be like, oh, but you can always convert shards into crates. Yeah, but you can always grind shards. You can't grind thread. Well, you can, but in a higher quality. He's standard, yeah. So TLDR, what does standard mean? Standard means that if you ever go to 200 on the banner, you can grab him. Just like how you can grab Ricardo, Jun, Angdao. Are they the only 4 on there? I think Herbert might be, Hubert might be on there. Ahem. The announcer above will no longer be extractable once the extraction period ends. However, you may acquire it via Yi-Sang extraction, exchange available in the target extractions. Does not apply to standard extraction as it does not allow Yi-Sang. So, TLDR, you can 200 ideal him, which I guess if you go to 200 and you've grown all the IDs. Then we have the 2 new packages as per usual. Now we move on to bug fix and improvements, which is, again, as you can see here, we are already halfway through the patch. It's really nothing major today. First things first is fix an issue where skills that would apply effects when hit were not affected by external values such as support passive or ego gifts. As such, there was no specific sequence in place to collect instances of effects triggered when hit. We wrote a separate sequence for the when hit timing. However, in the process of doing so, we neglected to have their potency and count, gain or losses be affected by the external modifiers, which is what caused this issue. We have resolved this issue by adjusting the aforementioned separate sequence to also be affected by external effects when hit. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I got no fucking idea what they just said. Leihang is standard. 12 patches a year. That is fair. But yeah, so whatever this word is, I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's just read what IDs were affected. We have N Corp Ryōshū defense skill, T Corp Dawn defense skill, R Corp Rhino defense skill, Weefy Heathcliff defense skill, T Corp Roger defense skill, and Thumb East Sinclair defense skill. So TLDR, something was going on. I'm not gonna lie to you, I got no idea. This applies to enemy skills that apply effects when hit as well. Next one. Fix an issue where Don Quixote's ego, the Fluid Sac passive, Wave of Depression, dealt gloom damage against targets with SP values as well as in focused encounters. This issue occurred because in the process of adding this passive, we set the incorrect values for determining whether targets have SP or not in the data. We have corrected the values for determining whether the target has SP in focus now. Targets with SP will lose SP even in focus encounters. Okay. Alright, guys. It was lovely having Fluid Sac Dawn. Fluid Sac Dawn has been nerfed. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. They made IDs that apply status when hit by an enemy. They've got to include them on the status application. Oh, that's fair. 12 glue. A nerf. Yeah, she got nerfed, guys. Sorry. Fluid Sac. Back to the barrel. Fluid Sac Dawn with you. Fix the issue when certain skills fail to hit due to enemies evade. The skill will not trigger despite filling its requirements. So, Night Owl, Gregor, and Fluid Sac Don Quixote passive. Dude, what is going on with Don Quixote? Dude, what is that with Don's Fluid... Dude, Don Fluid Sac has been in the bug, like, ring. The bug circus for, like, the last 3 patches, bro. That something happened with Fluid Sac. The above effects were functioning as intended, only the issue when the effects would fail to trigger enemies due to the evade will be fixed. This issue occurred because in the process of developing the above effects, an implementation error left by an unnecessary on-hit condition. Going forward, we'll add a step to verify the presence of pre-existing specifications, yada yada yada, reinforce the process. Fluid sucked on the go. Here we have honestly, I think the funniest bug fix of this is thumbnail worthy, which is why I have it on the thumbnail. We fixed an incorrect description in Rodion's Rhyme Shank passive coldness. Before, on hit, if the target had 5+ sinking, inflict 1 bind and attack power down, 3 times per turn. On hit, if the attack has 5 sinking, inflict 1 bind attack power down next turn, 3 times per turn. We identified an issue where the passive applies its effects next turn instead of on the same turn. However, at a considerable amount of time has passed since the ego was released, we believe that its current behavior has come to be accepted as default. Also, if we were to follow our usual policy of changing the behavior to match the description, and make the passive apply its effects in the same turn, inflicting bind same turn would not do anything, as enemy speed values would be left unchanged, and inflicting attack power down would depend heavily on Rodion's own speed relative to that of the other sinners, making this effect much trickier to utilize. With the effect above affected consideration, we will be adjusting the in-game description to affect the phrase next turn to match the behavior so that the bind and attack power will still remain in a usable state. We apologize for the delayed adjustment, especially since it's been so long since its release. We will exercise additional care and attention to prevent relevant issues from occurring again. So, you've heard it here first, guys. Rhyme Shank was originally supposed to inflict same turn bind. Now, I'm pretty sure everyone looked at this ego. Like, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure every person who looked at this ego passive assumed that it meant next turn. Like, I never looked at this passive and went, oh, it means this turn. Even though it doesn't have the next turn, like, writing in it. I feel like that was just I felt like everyone thought that was just a quirk of Season 1 writing, like, or Season 0 writing, right? So I assume that's what everyone thought. Everyone's like, yeah, obviously it applies to the next turn. It doesn't apply this turn, because, you know, that would be crazy. It's same turn bind. Turns out we were the fools all along. As Kim Ji-hoon himself, the director's original intended was like, yes, it was supposed to be same turn bind. Red Eye's open synergy goes crazy. So, yeah, W, I guess. By the way, can I mention this is not the only Roger W that she gets this patch, by the way. Think of all the emotional damage you can do. So, yeah. I just love that. I love that they, you know, they mention the bind in the same turn. How does same time work? It doesn't. It doesn't do anything. Bind only works at the beginning of the combat, or the beginning of the turn, where speed value is affected. What other Roger W? Oh, you'll see. Don't you worry. We'll get there. She wants to do same turn bind. So yeah, now all it is the text is now, same turn paralysis. Use the same turn paralysis. Whoa, hey, hold up! Don't be insulting same turn paralysis right there. Same turn paralysis has a use. Same turn paralysis affects in the moment. At least paralysis affects the moment. Bind literally doesn't do anything. Now, this is a Roger W. Congratulations to all the Rhyme Shank users. Next issue. Fix an issue where the turn in which a unit's charge effect expires, the charge effect that was to be gained next turn disappears as well. That seems good. Fix the issue where minus Koi's identity didn't show portrait cutscenes even when they flip tails on their skill 3 attacks. Good ID's law. Wait, really? Oh, I didn't know that. Love and Hate Dawn, Sunshower Heathcliff, another Sunshower Heathcliff upscale, and then Soul Sharper 2's Roger, and the one who grips Sinclair. Same turn Byman, same turn to Haste walks in. Fix an issue where the pop window would occasionally not close when selling ego gifts in the shop nodes. I feel like I've encountered that before. iOS issue. Steam issue. I have not seen many Steam issues. Fixed issue where upon starting the game comes on. I think. Oh my god! Did they holy shit. Guys, this is the greatest change ever in the history of Limbus society. The game will no longer freeze when you click play. I can play the game again. Yes, dude. I don't have to play mind games with Steam fucking Limbus company, dude. I swear to fuck, sometimes you press play and it'll just be like, no, you don't get it. You don't, we'll let you play. Korean typo of Ishmael, of classic Ishmael. And then fix the issue with the Season 6 3-star guarantee extraction. The pre-uptie illustration of Heathcliff was used. And that's it, guys. 300 Lucy. That's the whole patch. That patch took me 10 minutes. And I think 4 out of the 10 minutes was me talking about Roja. Right? Attention spans, but it's a joke. I'm making a joke. Because, okay, the thing is, okay, so there was actually a problem with this. The thing is, if you clicked to play the game and you accidentally double-clicked it or triple-clicked it, you would crash your game. So the freezing actually caused crashes, which is why you had to be patient and, like, click it. Good thing I kept the ticket. Yeah, now you can see the Heathcliff up there. Anyway, that's it. That's the whole patch. This patch literally was minor. Now, you may have recalled I mentioned a Zwei Roja upscale, which is very convenient because we recently did Railway 1 worst team, and Zwei Roja was a hella MVP in that team. Well, that's because we're going to be talking about not the patch anymore, but we're going to be moving on to the ID. So, let's go through this whole song and dance again, because this is not the first time this has happened, nor the last time this will happen. I can sense another N-Corp Yisang situation from a fucking mile away. Alright? First things first, this Ryōshū is cute. Alright, I think everyone can agree with that. Second, this is officially, this is the Lin Daiyu ID. Alright? This is the Lin Daiyu ID. It is the exact same kit. She has Gloom, Gluttony, Pride. It's the same coins. It does the same fucking thing. She has the same passive. But what's different this time? Remember when hold on. Do you guys see that? I see there's a flashback. Hey guys, wouldn't it be funny if they turned Lin Daiyu into a Haisho unit? That would be crazy, because then it would let you use Lord of Honglu and also Daiyu at the same time. And guess who fucking called it again? Now, it wasn't exactly as I said. I said it would turn her into a dragon Haisho, okay? But I still did say that she would turn into a Haisho. And she does have some Haisho elements to her, which we'll get to. We're gonna read through. I don't want to spoil it. First things first, let's go through this ID together. Ahem. We have the skill 1. Now, obviously, for this one, the skill 1 is the most important thing for her, because, much like Daiyu, she will do unopposed attacks. And there was no Night Drifter in this. This is full Daiyu. Night Drifter will most likely still be a separate ID. Now, number 1, we have Hey Back Off. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Hey Back Off. It's single coin, Gloom, Pierce. Coin power for every poise on self plus rupture on target. Probably a maximum of 2. Or 3, because this is a single coin. Gain poise count. Unopposed attack inflict rupture count. Number 1, deal more damage on critical hit. On hit, inflict rupture. On crit, inflict rupture. So this is the most important, one of the most important moves on Daiyu, because this is the move that she'll be using the most when you activate skill 1. And this move looks, honestly, pretty much exactly what I expected. It inflicts Rupture, it inflicts Count, it gives her Poise Count. So the only thing she's missing is Potency, which, don't you worry, she'll get Potency later. We will also compare this to the NPC so we can get some value, some values, right? Now, I'm gonna just say this right now. I really fucking doubt that this is +2. Okay? I really doubt it. I really doubt it. I don't think it will be +2. If it is +2, holy shit. Okay? Holy shit if it's +2. I don't think so. I don't think it is +2. It could be +2. Right? But I'm gonna just say it's most likely +1. It's most likely neutral. Well, it has to be neutral. Okay? Well, it's neutral at worst. Dawn has an S1 too. Yeah, but Dawn doesn't follow up after every attack. See, that's the thing people tend to forget. Lantern Dawn attacks once per turn. Daiyu attacks a minimum of 3 times a turn. Why 3? I'll get to that later. Okay? But at the bare minimum, literally the bare minimum, she's neutral on skill 1. Now the Rupture Potency, this could be anywhere between 2 or even like 4. Right? So the thing about this ID already is it is a lot of Rupture Potency. +3. Okay, if it's +3, that would be crazy. Why is Zwaija upscale? We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get to the Zwaija upscale. Don't you worry. So, most important thing is this is neutral at the bare minimum. This might be 2 or 4 potency. I'm going to go and I'm going to say it's like 3 potency. It might be 1 on hit and 2 on crit. So I'm going to say 3. And also deal more damage on critical hit. We know for sure that's going to be at least 50% or 25%. So this coin is going to be a lot. Now, why is this so important? Because she doesn't have a skill 1-2. She is not like... this is kind of like Knight or Gregor. Right? But actually, it's more like a certain Kurikomo Heathcliff. Okay? We'll come back to this as well. Now we have the skill 2. Okay. Now the skill 2 is a 3-coin Gluttony. We have coin power. Same thing for poise on self plus rupture on target. We have poise count. So she gains count on all of her moves. Right. So she's never going to run out of count. The first is rupture count. Now this is most likely a +1. It'll most likely be a -2. Most likely. I doubt it'll be a +2, but it could be. It could be -1, but it's most likely -2. The second coin is the most important one, where she gains poise potency based on the rupture on target. This is like Zishmael. And this is very important because this is one of the ways that she gets her poise potency. And then you also have the third coin, which will deal more damage to critical hit, inflict rupture, inflict rupture. Now, what is this for? This is pretty much this is the move you use when you are not stressing about the rupture on your target. This is the move you're using when you're doing reses with like the High Show team, or I guess with Lord Lu team, I should mention. This is the move you're using when you can trigger Death Ride Haste. Okay? So that's why you use this. So pretty much, if you don't care about the rupture or you have a lot of rupture, you don't have to worry about it. Or SP, like an SP move. If you're doing resing, like reses for Gluttony. And if you can trigger Death Ride Haste, which there's a high likelihood she'll have a high speed range, but we'll see. Very simple, to be honest with you. And it's at least it has to be a minimum -2. Okay? Gluttony power. But then we have the skill 3. Now the skill 3, oh my goodness. The skill 3 is the chunkiest one here. We've got 4 coin pride, Pierce, obviously. We have Protector's Stance, which you can kind of see a little bit at the bottom there. But we won't worry about that for now. We have Protector's Stance. We have an on use if there are X negative effects on target, gain final power. So this is like Zishmael. We have coin power for every poison, self, and rupture on target. We gain poise count, we gain poise potency. So you get a little bit of poise potency, you get a little bit of poise count. The first coin inflicts rupture count. Now this might be -2. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say -2, but it could possibly be -3. Okay? No, it could be -1. That could be 3 rupture count. It's possible. They're very careful with it now, but it's possible. I'm gonna say -2. I feel like -2 is a safe bet. -3 would be a lot, but with Death Ride Haste existing and stuff like that, I'm gonna go -2. Then we have the second, third, and fourth coin, which this is where I say that this is the potency god, okay? You have second coin, inflict rupture, on crit, inflict rupture, on hit, inflict rupture, on 4, inflict rupture. And then the fifth coin is coin start. You deal more damage on critical hits based on your poison self and rupture on target. So that's kind of like, I think that's like Donkey. That might be something like Don Quixote's. I think Don Haisho had something like this. But not critical hits related. Anyway, so that's more critical hit damage and then rupture on the final attack. This is a lot of rupture potency. Even if it's 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. If this is 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, that is what? 2, 4, 5 rupture on one skill. Okay? You gain the protective stance, you get final power. So the last coin, again, this is why this kind of reminds me of Don Quixote, because the thing about this Ryōshū, it's the last coin is the one that deals the most damage. This is the one coin that doesn't deal the most amount of damage. This is the one that deals the most amount of damage. This one doesn't do that. We already have 50 that do anything in inflict rupture potency. Yeah, but no one uses them. And also, no one inflicts rupture potency like this. There's people that inflict rupture, but they all inflict like 1 or 2. This is like minimum 3+ rupture potency per turn. Or 5. Like, look at this. That's like 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a minimum 5 if you don't, if that's all +1. Seven Heathcliff S1. 7 Heathcliff? You mean from like the old rupture units? G-Corp has 5 Gregor. Okay. Name me 3 people who use G-Corp Gregor on their team for rupture potency. Count, I give you 10 seconds. In fact, I cancel the 10 seconds. No one uses G-Corp Gregor on the potency. Like, the argument is G-Corp Gregor is not up to standard enough anymore. That's like the argument. Me. Liar. Now we move on to the defense. Me. Liars. Liars. Now we move on to the defense, which is called Sentinel. Now, this is a really, really interesting block, okay? You have a Clashable Guard, obviously, because it's a Haisho unit. You have combat, you gain the protective stance. Okay? Me. So you gain protective stance, which we don't know what this does yet. Then you have, on use, the skill gains defense level. For every Y HP unit, this unit has cumulatively lost in this battle. Now, defense level is important because the higher defense level is, the better that your defense block is, and all of that stuff. Okay? But then you have Clashwind gain poise equal to rupture on target. I'm sorry, gain poise equal to just rupture flat? Now, this obviously will have a max limit of maybe, I want to say 5 or 10. No way it's going to be more than 5, I feel like. Right? But if there is no cap on it, that would be really funny. I highly doubt it. It's mostly going to have a cap of 5 or 10. Okay? Especially because it's kind of funny. It might be max 20 if they're feeling really greedy. The problem is, S2 also does that because you gain boys based on it. So I bet this will probably be like a 5. This will most likely be like a 10 or something. You know? And then we have the first passive. So now we get to, by the way, I would have liked to walk the Lord's path together. Jesus Christ, what has happened to this woman? You know? What has happened to this woman? Now, let's get to the big part. When an ally skill hits an enemy, after that attack use Hey Back Off as an unopposed attack against the enemy. That's right, this is 1-for-1 a Daiyu passive. There's no stagger conditional, it's none of that. All it is, it's just when you hit them, you unoppose them. This most likely will have a limit of 1 or 2 times. Okay, per turn. Most likely 1, but maybe it might even be 2, because Mercy has 2 limit. So it might be a limit of 2 times per turn. Okay? She seems nice. She failed to protect her lord. It's most likely a res passive, but it could be owned. In fact, this might not even be owned, or this might be a non-sin passive. I'm not gonna lie to you. We do have the ally unit pull up right now. We will go to them to compare, but we have to continue reading first. In the same turn, this unit is substituted or turned in gain protector stance. So she does have substitution jutsu. She has substitution mechanics, which is very important because of this line here. When this unit activates an unopposed attack due to the Lord of Hong Yuan Honglu's the Haisho Lord passive, treat this unit as if it has Haisho Pack or Gia family trait keywords. Now, what the fuck? This is the first time we've ever had an ID update their tags in the middle of a fight. But what does this mean? Number one, it means that this Daiyu ID will activate skill 3s when she retreats into the battle, which she substitutes in. She gains more SP from substituting in, I believe it's 20 SP. And she'll also trigger Lord's Guard. Okay? Most likely. So she'll trigger Lord's Guard, she'll have skill 3s, and she'll get a fuck ton of SP. And then Gia family, well, that's simple. Gia family means that she will gain double offensive up given by Jishmael retreating. No Lord's Guard? Why do you say no Lord's Guard? I shall activate Lord's Guard. So it counts as a leash holder stack? I assume so, but we won't know until we get it in there. Then Haisho takes sub priority. Haisho are always put in, well, the thing is, Haisho are always put in the front of other non-Haisho IDs. She had to be quirky. It only activates on the opposed attack. Yeah. So this only activates when you sub her in. You have to sub her in. What trait does she have? Great question. I have no clue. We don't know. Alright. Yeah, it says when this unit activates an unopposed attack due to the Lord of Honglu's Haisho passive, which means that he subs her in, she will activate the tag. It's just for if she subbed in, it doesn't make sense. Incorrect, because the Gia family tag would be useless then. Because you can't sub someone in and retreat the same ID in the same turn. That doesn't make sense. So, you have to sub her in, and then the next turn, she still has to have the trait on her. For then the Gia family trait to also work. Now, it does say or Gia family. But again, this is the first time we've gotten something like this, so it could just be worded wrong, or worded incorrectly, or worded differently. But from my assumption, it is this. When she is subbed in with Lord Honglu on the field, she will gain both of these tags. How will she be subbed in? Probably just in the backline. You sub in like a Haisho. He's pain rushed by grief. So, yeah. Gia family is in Lord Honglu's tag, yes, because Gia family buffs Ishmael. Pretty much. When something she uses S3. And speaking of, actually, let me quickly get the hold on, let me get this up real quick. Hold on. Because we're gonna need all of the tabs open for this, so we can actually check. Okay. I had to just open up Lord Honglu's one on the side so we can read it. Why would you take the tank in the back line? I mean, the thing is, you can kind of just do whatever you want, right? It's like, why would you place tank in the back line? In case something goes wrong, in case you want to sub someone in that isn't Zishmael immediately. For example, and she has to be first backup. I mean, I don't think I would put her in the backup from the start, unless you're using all high show. Now, we'll get to the discussions after we finish the reading. Okay, so this is the one we've read. Now we're gonna go into her normal passive. This is the proper passive, by the way. Well, this is the second part of the passive. If an ally is killed by an enemy attack, or if the attacker's ally HP is at less than X%, after the attack, the Drifting Blade of Hongluan Ryōshū uses Aiding Strike as an unopposed attack against the enemy after the enemy's attack. Sounds simple. This is exactly like Kurokoma Heathcliff. Except the Lord of Hongluan Honglu may activate this effect past its usage limit. Yeah, so let's assume the limit is 1. Okay, you get 1, like Kurokoma Heathcliff. You get 1, actually he might get 2. You get 1 skill 3 when someone gets low HP. But if the Lord of Honglu activated this effect, it's infinite. Well, it says past its usage limit. I'm gonna assume that means at least another 1 or another 2. So what does this mean, guys? Yo, I'm gonna let my Honglu be unopposed as fuck. Because if he's gonna get unopposed, that's 2 potential skill 3s that Ryōshū's gonna pop out, plus an unopposed attack, plus her own attack. So theoretically, guys, in 1 turn, okay, let's assume that it activates twice for Honglu, okay? You can, theoretically, okay, attack with Honglu, he gets killed, but he's immortal, so he lives. Ryōshū does a skill 3. He then gets hit again. She does another skill 3. Then, Honglu hits the enemy. He triggers her passive, so she unopposes. Then the enemy hits Honglu. She S3s. And the enemy hits Honglu. She S3s. And then you have an S3 or an S2 lined up. You S3 again. 4 attacks in 1 turn, assuming, alright, it activates in the same turn. And if you have tears. Well, the thing is, the Lord of Honglu is already immortal, right? So you don't have to activate tears for the immortality. He is immortal. He gets a free immortality, right? But if you prep for it, the best case scenario is a bare minimum 2 skill 3s and 1 unopposed attack. Once per turn by identity? Well, the thing... Oh, jeez. I mean, okay, once per turn by identity would be kind of cracked. That means she gets 6 skill 3s. He just nullifies his shit. Exactly. So because he's immortal, right? This activates no matter what. Also, by the way, forgot to mention, if Hey Back Off is activated via the passive, okay, with Lord Honglu, I believe, the skill deals more damage on a critical hit, heals SP for an ally with the lowest SP. So she farms SP for allies. And if you activate the passive, she does more damage on hit with criticals, which she already does more damage on criticals. So, again, we're going to be talking about numbers after we finish the whole kit. because after we finish the whole kit, we'll compare it to the Daiyu NPC, which, look, we have the Daiyu NPC up here. All right, we can compare and then make a rough estimate, right? Then you have the support passive. So remember how I said Zwei Roger upscale? Combat start. The ally with the earliest deployment order gains shield for every poise on self. Sounds a little bit like a certain Roger Zwei passive, where instead of poise potency, she gets shield for every poise count on self. That sounds like, to me, a little bit of a bonus. Now, this is actually a really good support passive. For poise IDs. This is actually really good. Because, I mean, shield is great. You know who else? You guys know who could use this? Literally, Blade Mentor Assault. But she can't gain poise potency. This is a support passive. This is why Roger can't gain poise potency. Only if you believe you can't do it, but you can. Add in Alan Groger, Kurokoma Heath, Pequod, Lord Lu. You have an assist attack build. Full stop. It says she heals White S for one other ally. For one other ally. So it looks like she heals the other allies' SP. And now we have Protective Stance, which is the most simplest passive here. Well, because it's a buff. Protective Stance, 2-stack. Take less damage, just flat, take less damage. Turn start gains shield by poise on self, so she gets shield. Turn end, she gains poise and poise count. If the unit leftmost field gains aggro next turn. So this is much like the C branch. Slithering Hand, I think it's what it's called. Where they gain poise and poise count. But she also gains aggro. So she has aggro on this. Okay, so she gains aggro if you use the leftmost skill slot. She gets poise, she gets shield. So it kind of reminds me of a little bit like Yisang. So now the question is, okay, Serpent Arm, thank you. I forgot what it's called. So now the question is, well, what's the purpose of this Ryōshū? And let me tell you what the purpose of this Ryōshū is. There are 2 types of Season 6 IDs. Okay? There are... Hold on. We can't judge anything until numbers come out. That's the number one thing. There are 2 types of Season 6 IDs. There is Haisho units, and there's Hongyuan IDs. Okay? This is a Hongyuan ID. Lord Lu, Daiyu, Zishmael, Wei Sang. Put those 4 together and you have a demon of a team. Okay? What can she do? She has infinite equivalent S1 usages. Okay? She's got insane rupture potential potency. Alright? She has the bodyguard effect. I like to call it the bodyguard effect. Where she bodyguards someone. In this case, it's Lord Lu, right? That's her whole purpose. Her whole purpose is to protect for Lord Honglu. Because Lord Honglu, he doesn't want to clash Lord Honglu because he gets his benefits mainly from thing. She does count as a Haisho/GS, so she gets all of their buffs, aka it buffs her retreating capabilities, so you can slap her in, slap her out. Then drive. She also has the exact same affinities as him. There's a Haisho in there with the garbage. I know that's rage bait because, like, if you say everything else that's not Haisho has been garbage this season, it's 100% rage bait. Because that's an absolute, that's just a lie. She does have negative status conditionals. Fun fact, she does have a negative status conditional. It's right here. It's on skill 3. If the target has negative effects, gain final power. Does user follow up if ally has been converted in MD? Great question. I don't know. That was a bug that happened with Ryōshū, with all cope Ryōshū, so I assume it won't happen. Now that we've looked at the kit and we've gotten a general idea of like, what's this, right? Let's have a look at Daiyu. This is Dungeon Daiyu. We're going to be getting a reference on how Dungeon Daiyu is. because the kit is literally 95% the exact same. Okay, so let's have a look. We have Daiyu has a 13 skill 1 with a base power. Now, she doesn't have negative effects on her skill 1, but she gets coin power instead. So she gets coin power for every poison soul. We can most comfortably assume that this is most likely a +2. Okay? Now, will this be an 8-5? Probably not. It most likely be like a 5-5. Or maybe, what was Mercy? I'm trying to remember what Mercy was. I think Mercy was like an 11. Right? But forget this coin value, right? Because we can't predict this bit. The thing that we can predict, what we can look at is the on-use effect, which is count. So she gains one poise count. She inflicts 1 rupture on unopposed. She deals 30% increased damage, and she does 2 rupture. So, looks so blunt. So we can assume, at the bare minimum, she gains 1 poise count. Right? And as you can see here, the minimum of the 1 rupture count. 30% damage, we can assume, is that, or maybe around 25%. This is just for this word here. That does not include this part of the passive, okay? So this specific part of the keyword of the skill, which is deal more damage on critical hit. However, unlike the Daiyu, she inflicts multiple rupture. So this could be maybe a +1, and then the on crit could be a +2. I'm going to assume that's probably around 3 rupture. 1 count, 3 rupture. Now, in a psychopathic world, in a world where Kim Ji-hoon is consumed by rupture Reddit users, right? This will be a +2 rupture count. And if this is a +2 rupture count, I'm not gonna lie to you, this shit's broken. Okay? If this is +2 rupture count, I think that's legitimately the, like, you don't need to do anything else. Like, you can use the ID and never stress. Which I feel like you could probably do that already, but imagine after every attack you inflict +2 rupture count. That would be crazy. Alright? So I'm going to assume, for most likely sake, it'll be a +1 rupture count. Alright? But it could be, it could. You know? It can happen. Alright? It's a possibility, but I don't know. I'm going to go with this. I think this will be +2 poise count. Oh, click the button. Click the number. The number changes. I don't know why it does that. Like, click the value. So it says, this is what I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be +2 poise count. I think it's going to be +1 rupture. I think this will be 30 or 25. And I think this will be a total of 3 rupture. So I think this will be 3 rupture. And I think that'll be that. Skill 2. Live? Well, I don't know. Now we have skill 2. So unlike that one, this one does not give protection, but instead she gains poise potency. Which obviously it's already here. So this one gives her poise count. This one gives her potency. And she does not have a negative effect conditional. Ryōshū? I don't know. I have no clue, guys. We don't know until we get her in game. Until we get her in game, until we get her in game, anyone saying that she's dog shit or anyone saying that she's overpowered is completely false. Like, I don't know. I don't know, right? I can't tell you that because we have to get her in game. You have to play her out, see what the other effect, because there's a lot of things that they add that you have no idea, right? Until after. So, in this, we see that she inflicts 2 rupture count on her skill 1, her 1 coin, 1 poise count on her skill 2, and this one does 50% damage with 3 rupture. So, I think she's strong. I think, in my from reading this, I think she's going to be good. Okay? I think she's going to be good. And I still think N-Corp Yi-Sang is amazing, and everyone just hated him because he was different. But he's actually insanely strong. But anyway, besides that truth, same with Ishmael, actually. But besides that, I'm not saying she's overpowered. So if you say that I'm saying that she's overpowered, you're just wrong. Like, I'm not saying that. Now, Again, she has rupture count, but instead she gets poise. So this will most likely be, I want to say maybe 5 poise potency, maybe 2, 3 poise potency. You know? And Corby saying can't build poise? Incorrect. He literally builds poise. He has pathetic poison. I can prove you wrong literally in like 2 minutes. Incorrect. He builds poise perfectly fine. If you use counter like 2 times, he instantly fulfills all of his count conditionals. All of his count, and then using S2 gives him poise, and using S1 gives him fulfills his poise. Absolutely incorrect. I have done it hundreds of times in thread encounters, and I could do it again. So we have 50% damage, deal more damage. We have also rupture, but this again, she has split rupture, right? So she has split rupture. Yes, counter to stay count positive. No, counter to give yourself 2 or 1 count. And then you use the rest of your skills to maintain the agenda. Very shrimple. Very shrimple. Me, I don't understand the argument though. It's like, why are we flaming having to use your skills to gain the statuses? Like, I don't get, he has to use he has to use his skill to gain his status? Oh my goodness. This guy sucks. Isn't this one positive? Yes. Then this guy has to use his counter. Once. At the bare minimum, once. Hang him by the gallows. S1's positive. S2 gives him poise potency. I don't understand it. He's perfectly fine on poison on his own. But yeah, so the thing about this second skill is this is 50% damage increase. I can see that. I think that's fair. He doesn't even have to use their skills. The only thing different here is the poise potency. It says 2 rupture count. Which, I mean, if it is 2 rupture count, I think that'll be fine. I am not sure it'll be 2 rupture count, to be honest with you. I think it might be +1. Alright? To be honest with you, I think it might be +1. It might be a -2, but we'll see. But this is like your filler skill, you know what I mean? Like, what do I mean by filler skill? This is the skill you use when you're like trying to get SP. This is the skill you use trying to build up your poise potency. Like, remember, a big thing to remember, guys, when you're playing Limbus Company and you want to inflict rupture, just because you don't get your rupture stack in the first 3 turns doesn't mean it's GG, right? So the thing is this, right? That's the #1 most important rule. You're allowed to build up your poise first, so you can prepare to build up your rupture count, right? And this will be a fair skill to build up poise. This will be a fair skill to build up SP. That's how the game works, right? You don't have to start the rupture count turn 1. It's unrealistic. Ever since Talisman Sinclair got nerfed, it's unrealistic unless you get a very specific combo. And even the high show combos still, they struggle with that. Now we move on to the skill 3, which is the biggest booty. As in, like, not booty as in butt cheeks, as in, like, biggest booty as in loot, right? So, the biggest loot here, in comparison. So, obviously, this one, again, negative effects. But here, she doesn't have the protective stance. But as you can see, she gains 3 poise count and 6 poise potency. That's a pretty healthy amount to get. I'm not sure if it would be 1-to-1. I do think the 3 poise count sounds right. It might be 4 poise potency. Right? That's what I'm thinking. But it could just be this 1-to-1. I think if it was this 1-to-1, that's pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Because you gotta remember, you'll be activating this skill a lot. Right? So 3 poise count, 6 potency. That's pretty chunky. Then you have the rupture count. Now, this is -2. -2, which I think that's fair. I think if they wanted to be greedy, they could make it a +3 and make it -1. But I think they might keep it a +2, or if they're going to be psychopaths, they might make it a +1 rupture count instead. But in comparison to the other ones, this doesn't give her any poise count, and it also doesn't have the special part at the end. As you can see, this one inflicts 7 rupture potency, but she has to crit. On both of these attacks. And she has 100% damage on crit. Now, she doesn't have that exact conditional. Here she has deal more damage on critical hit. So that'll be like poise on self plus rupture on target. That might be like it might be 100% more damage on critical hit. So you do the crit, it does 100 more, and rupture. So if this is like 7 rupture, I have a feeling this might be like 5 rupture minimum. Hello. Yeah, it's not going to be anything less than, I feel like, 2 at least. So this is like what? How much rupture? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So at the bare minimum, this is 5 rupture potency. I think it'll be more, to be honest with you. Does gain poise. Yeah, she gains it. She does gain it on skill 3. Can they get S3 every 5 turns or so? 5 is too little. Rupture potency? And potency. More. 15 potency. 20 potency. 10,000 potency. I mean, this might be like 7 potency. I'm gonna assume 5 at the minimum. Okay? I'm gonna assume 5 at the minimum as just like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. That is the bare minimum. But it'll probably be more like 7. Now, onto the defensive skill. Which, for Daiyu, it doesn't really matter much, because Daiyu removes negative effects and she heals SP. But, the most important thing is the protective stance, which we can see, when a unit gains this effect, gain the following effects: 2 protection and 5 aggro on each of its skill slots. 99 potency. And this is pretty different compared to what we actually have here. This one gives it just prot and aggro. But this one actually makes her take less damage. She actually gains shield instead. And she gains poise and poise count. So she's always going to have a stable of poise. Pretty consistently. I don't think she's ever going to really struggle on poise. She kind of feels like the C branch of the Hongyuan IDs. Where once you have the protective stance, you're chilling on poise, or you skill 3, that gives her count, all of that. But the big thing, and the more important thing, I think, in all of this, besides her skill 1, 2, and 3, are the passives. So, here, when an ally deals damage by striking an enemy, use the skill Weakness Thrust as an unopposed attack after the attack ally ends 2 times per turn. So, the Daiyu NPC has 2 times per turn, but you gotta remember, this is an NPC, and NPCs are allowed to be greedy compared to the IDs because they are non-playable. Right? So, if Kim Ji-hoon allows us 2 times per turn, are the Sino Hongyuan IDs? Well, they are, but I categorize them as Haisho and then Hongyuan. Hongyuan is like Zichun, Lord Lu, N-Corp, you know, Enshu, Daiyu. That's Hongyuan IDs. That's what I consider Hongyuan IDs. Does Clashable counter trigger the passive? It just says when an ally deals damage by striking enemy, use the skill. Well, I think it says here. When another ally skill hits an enemy after that attack, use the attack. So we can use Mercy from Night Or Gregor, which I thought I had here as a reference. I was gonna say Mercy and Kurokomo. Let me double check this. Hold on. Let me grab both Kurokomo Heathcliff and Night Or Gregor, because both of them have very similar, and I think might be useful for comparing. Kurokomo. Where is he? Heathcliff. There he is. Kurokomo Heathcliff, and let me also get who else I said I was gonna get? Night Or Gregor. Okay. So, Heathcliff has here we go. If an enemy attacked an ally with a skill, use an unopposed attack. So that is if an enemy attacks an ally with an unopposed. he gets once per turn. And then if the enemy is under 25% HP, he uses Rules of the Backstreet once per ally, 2 times per turn. Knight or Capitano Gregor has, after an ally uses a base attack skill, once per turn. If there is only one surviving anime that activates on stagger, but if he uses his block, he gets 2 times per turn. Heathcliff is much more of a retaliation. So it's very possible that this might only be once per turn. Especially because of how easy it is to activate. But the important thing being that Lord Honglu kind of accelerates it. Because of this bit here. So then if the anime is killed, or the low HP, she unopposed attacks. Daiyu has the exact same thing. When an enemy attacks an ally, if they have less than 25, use the skill Aiding Strike once per encounter. Now, she uses it once per encounter. Ryōshū's will not be once per encounter. Hers will most likely be once per turn, but Lord Honglu will make it twice per turn. And then you have the accelerated passive here. You have the Hey Back Off activated via the passive. It deals more damage on critical hit and heals SP for the lost ally. And as also you can see, this part of her defense level up is also on her block. PM's favorite child upscaled again. She also has an on-kill thing, but we don't get that. Now, she has a 3-6 speed, so at the bare minimum, I think our Ryōshū will probably have like a 4-6 or a 4-7, most likely. She's moderately tanky, sitting at around half, I'd say about above a standard. But again, the thing is, it's hard to compare without getting in the game, because Zishmael and Zichun are pretty much 1-to-1. Right? With a few minor exceptions. So, then the question becomes, right? Then the question becomes this. Well, why don't I just use Haisho Pack Mao Ryōshū? Alright, what does Mashu Pack Mao Ryōshū have over Daiyu? Well, she's got reusable coins. She's got speed feats. She's got Strider, which gives her a gazillion haste. She has Death Right haste. She has some easier percentage damage conditionals. And then easier conditionals overall because she just needs to be faster. And the thing is, you can just use fucking Mao Ryōshū. Why not? Yeah, sure, you go ahead. Or you can use Daiyu. Do you know how many Maos exist? There are 3 Maos in the game. And each of them are each individual Mao is insanely busted on their own. You only really need 1 Mao or 2 if you want to get the maximum value. What is the benefit of using Daiyu over Haisho? Here's the thing. A lot of the Haisho have clash conditionals. Guess what? Ryōshū also has clash conditionals. If you have too many clash conditionals, well, you can't get everyone effect. Alright, so what does Daiyu have over this? Well, Daiyu has unopposed conditionals. Specifically her S1. She doesn't need a clash. There's no clash conditionals for her. Alright? So, if you want to save your clashing for your other Haisho who need more clashing conditionals to actually get the benefit, like the maximum benefit, like Wei or the C branch, why not use Wei instead? You use them together. You're not just using what in what world are you only using one or the other? You use them both. Right? Because they all get the benefit. That's the beauty of it. You use them both. Zishmael is shitty in Zichun. Zishmael is the exact same as Zichun, except she doesn't inflict 12,000 rupture count on her skill 3. Or her skill 2s. That is it. What about my count? As I've said, you have, assuming you're using, okay, let's assume the team you're using is Lord Honglu, you have Mao Otis, you have Mao Faust. Those 3 alone, assuming you're using Mal'Otis, legitimately carry the entire Rupture team on their back. In terms of count. Okay? So. Malfaust on her own, with just 1 Death Ride haste proc. But let's give you the benefit and doubt on this, and let's see you using Otis. Alright? Evade is turn useless after turn 3 as well. How many times are you evading per turn? Her evade isn't meant to be used as an evade. Her evade is a retreat gimmick. The retreat gimmick, guess what that does? Alright, I'm going to give you an instance. What happens if you have all skill 1s on Z-Tune and it's like turn 3? Evade her out. Take her out. Guess who comes in? A high show unit. Guess what the high show unit does when they come in? They use a skill 3. So you just traded 1 evade for a skill 3. That sounds pretty good in my book. No, but the evade is useless after turn 3. See, I feel like you're looking a little too narrow-minded. It's sounding a little bit like a Reddit opinion, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't want to say, you know, I'm just saying, it just sounds like a little bit like I'm not really thinking of the bigger picture here. I'm just thinking, this rock is bigger than this rock. You know? There's a trick to the system. You don't have to play the trick. You don't have to play the chessboard. You can just bash your head against the chessboard and win. That's fine. You can do that. There's no issue with that. But to say that it's useless is absolutely incorrect. Biggest nemesis is Reddit. Reddit and Twitter.com. Alright? I'm not arguing the fact that it's difficult. I'm not arguing that. That's completely fair. You can say that it's a lot harder to pull off the gimmick. That's completely fair. Right? Worst Lantern Dawn. So, the thing about Lantern Dawn is this. First of all, Lantern Dawn cannot clash. Number 2, Lantern Dawn does no damage. Number 3, Lantern Dawn needs to have she conditionals to get the maximum of her benefit. So, the only thing that she Dawn does consistently well is her skill 1 is positive. And she can tank. Which is good. You want a tank. And she has half HP conditionals. And her S2 is really good, except it's gimmicky. You need to be at a certain amount of rupture, very specifically, to get the max benefit. Or you have to have no rupture on the target. Which is something that any other rupture ID also can do. Only if the lantern bug is still there. One more unit to proc my venom. Exactly. Assuming you're also using the C branch with this, because it very much you want to use the C branch with this. So, as I was saying, if what reasons could you possibly have at the current moment to use this over? Oh, another thing. What if you don't have Ryōshū? Some people seem to be forgetting that this character was last season. Now, I know that doesn't matter much because the season is ending in a month. Alright? How's this a Rodian upscale? Her support passive is like Zweiroge's support passive. So, here's the thing. What if you don't have Ryōshū? This is a gacha game after all, right? You could not have Ryōshū. If you don't have Ryōshū, well, you're still... That's a benefit. Now, you could argue, oh, that's not really a thing because you could have X of anything else. I mean, yeah. But one of the biggest complaints that people had was that Haisho Otis and Haisho Ryōshū were not part of the season. They were the last season. So you couldn't get them on your Haisho team unless you did the Haisho banner, right? Then, what else is there? Okay, what if you had too much rupture count? Now you're gonna look at me like I'm fucking schizophrenic. What do you mean too much rupture count? Do you not know who I am? I'm a rupture player. I can barely maintain 2 rupture count before I lose my entire stack. Hold on. Let me put a proposal first. There is a high possibility that in today's age, you can have too much rupture count. I know. You're gonna look at me like I'm crazy. They call me Crazy Dave. I've got the tinfoil hat on right now, but let me hear you. Hear me out a little bit. Okay? Let me hear you out a little bit. You can have too much rupture count. Now, what does too much rupture count mean? When you hit a point where you're like +8 rupture count, crazy Kamui. When you have like +8 rupture count and you're like maintaining bare minimum rupture conditionals, right? In one cocklet has 3. That's why I say, and you're maintaining the conditionals to keep that count up, you're golden. Like, that count ain't going away. This is also not including ego. And now I know people hate it when I say this. Ego spam. You're using ego to solve a problem. So? That's what ego's there for. That is literally what ego is there to help assist you. Now you could be like, oh, but if I'm using Ryōshū, I don't need to use ego. Well, I mean, yeah, you don't have to use ego, but you're missing out. There's a lot of rupture bonuses that help if you use ego. You want to know the #1 thing that would help you in this goated ass team? Let me show you something. I'm about to show you all something, and it's going to change the game. Okay? Are you ready for this? When I reveal this to you, chat, you're going to be like, holy shit, Kamui is crazy. I rest my case. Tell me, guys, can you remind me what Daiyu's S1 is again? Let me just put this up here again. Can you guys remind me what Daiyu's S1 is again? It seems to be escaping it's on the tip of my tongue. I don't know. Oh, right. It's Gloom. S1's Gloom. I was too smooth. I forgive you. I forgive all of you. I know you guys. AEDD Gregor is now meta. He always has been. It always has been. How much to fuel this? You need 3 Gloom and 3 Envy. Which, if you're using the C branch, you'll fuel Envy and Gloom. And of course, if you're using Zichun, she's Envy. Does the dimensional egos also help with rupture count? Yes, but I'm not even using that. I'm not going to use them as an example. I'm only using AEDD Gregor because AEDD Gregor also works on Otis. It also works on Honglu. It also works on Zichun. Uh-oh. What's this? She's always bugging me about this ego. I'm glad. Hold on a minute, guys. Did I just detect that 4 out of the 5 IDs that you're using in this lineup use Gloom skills? We have Honglu skill 1, Sishmel skill 1. We have Otis skill 3. We have Daiyu skill 1. All of a sudden, that 15 spark discharge looking kind of goated right about now. Who has purple on the team? The C branch do. See Roger! I didn't even remember See Roger. Thank you guys. 1+ count for a full ego use. Not +1 count. +15 count. Thank you very much. Over Solemn Lament? Well, you're most likely not going to be using Solemn Lament on the Rupture team, but if you do want to use it, you can. It's all coming together. I'm not even saying that this is required. I'm just saying that, remember the argument I said you could have too much? If you pop one of these and do one turn, you are literally giving yourself up to +5 Rupture count per turn for free. All while wasting those ego resources. The 3 Gloom and 3 Envy? What is wasting, in your opinion? Is using the skill a waste? Because from how you're writing it out, it sounds like if you use anything that isn't a base ID skill, you are wasting the resources. What are the fucking resources supposed to be used for then? I can't eat the resources. With the ideal Dear Ryōshū team. Now, again, I'm only showing one of the teamwork Rupture things, okay? But I will say this. I'm not saying that Daiyu is better than Mao. Don't put those words in my mouth, okay? I'm not saying that. Because to be honest with you, Mao Ryōshū is fucking OP. Okay? Mao Ryōshū is OP. She has reuses. She has easy damage conditionals. She has easy this. She has easy that. She has Death Ride Haste. No. I'm not saying... I'm just saying that if you wanted Rupture count, you can get Rupture count very easily. Right? I'm not even going to talk about Amity Stem on Otis, because if you include that, she's pretty much the strongest Rupture count ID in the game. Some people don't like that argument because they'd be like, no, I need no ego to be... I have to do this with no ego or else the status is bad. Right? I'm just saying... This is a good ID. This is a very strong ID. She has, as you can see, very high damage. She has a very high skill 3. She's got a good reuse. She does a lot of damage. I mean, look how much damage she does. She inflicts Death Ride Haste. But you are correct. Daiyu would be better in the Mirror Dungeon. Story and Lux. See, the thing is, I never really understood that argument. Because, to be honest with you, anything can be used in the story. The story is not that difficult. Right? And even if you can't use everything, you pretty much can. Anything past Season 3, you can comfortably use in the story, and as long as you're not going up against your weakness. Like, if I'm going to be using Daiyu up against a Pierce resist, Gloom resist, Gluttony resist, Pride resist, fucking Pierce resist, enemy that takes minus 90% damage to Rupture, okay, well, you know, all of a sudden, I'm going to start feeling it. Right? All of a sudden, okay, yeah, now I'll start feeling the impact a little bit. Mirror Dungeon, of course, Daiyu has double keywords and all that stuff. She has strong cough mayors. Well, mayors was a gimmick, to be fair. So the answer is, you know, why would I use Lin Daiyu over Ryōshū? The answer is because this is a single-player game. And I don't give a fuck what you use. I don't care if you yell at me from the clouds that you use the better ID at the end of the day. I want to play as the schoolgirl Ryōshū because she looks very cute. I don't care if you kill the boss 2 turns faster than me in this hypothetical. Who cares? I don't even see you get to play the game. I'm playing the game. I want to see Ryōshū in her nice, cute little outfit with a spear, talking about her mommy issues. Well, I guess her husband issues in this case. Okay? He doesn't like bunnies anymore. I still like bunnies. Don't get me wrong. The waifu meta. If I kill a boss one turn later than you, am I really that weaker than you? Like, is it that bad? Daughter issue? Yeah, daughter issues, I guess. Does it matter that much? Are the gods gonna be affected? Is it gonna go on my track? When I die and enter Kim Ji-hoon's Project Moon Heaven, are they going to say that because I killed the boss one turn slower than everyone else, I deserve to be sent to the bottomless deeps, the pits of Reddit hell? I don't think so. I don't feel like I will. Guys, I love the bunnies, guys. They didn't betray the bunnies. I still have Otis. I still have Faust. I'm just saying, I like Daiyu. So I've been waiting for a Daiyu. I lose the title of John. You know what? Then I lose the title. It's just a title. It's just a stupid title at the end of the day. Bunny. I didn't make the EX Click Edition in live. And look, let's be real. Season 6 IDs, you can argue anything about the Season 6 IDs, but every single Season 6 ID has been strong, even if they have been slightly more difficult to use. Zishun, I will always defend, still has incredibly high clashing and incredibly high damage. And Corp Sang, I will defend him until my last breath. He does good damage. He does amazing damage, even before his team up. He still did amazing damage. You know? If we look at... In fact, let's look at Season 6 so far. We can compare. I have no problem with this Season 6. Also, the monkey's paw curled, by the way. People wanted the named ID. They got the named ID, but they're not happy with the named ID. Well, I don't know about that one. Anyway. Here are all the IDs. Does this include the new Ryōshū? I don't know. Okay. So, we have C. Gregor and C. Roja. C. Gregor is strong. He needs to crit. So, build his poise up. You'll be fine. C. Roja, I argued, was one of the strongest Haisho units at her time of release. And I still think she is insanely fucking strong. She's insanely...
That's it. In the end of the day, we want fun.
Hey, Luke, thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. Congratulations. You're absolutely correct. I'm just having fun, bro. I don't care if I lose the rupture stack. I have to rebuild it. Okay, I rebuild the stack. Hello. So, these two are strong. But... no one likes them because they didn't show up in the story. Okay, fair enough. Zilu! Literally the strongest ID of the season, arguably. Named character. You know. Everyone uses her, she's OP. She completely changed the game for the Haisho. Zichun, the other named character. The poise count killer, the rupture stack killer. Completely blown out of proportion of how much she is. She still does fucking insane damage. I don't have to talk about Lord of Honglu. He's literally one of the... He might genuinely just be the best ID in the game at this current moment. Heathcliff is insanely goated. Don Quixote is very unique and also very cute, so she gets a win. One of the most anticipated IDs of the entire season, Lei Hang Mersault, Dominator. We have the fake 3-star, as like some people like to say. The fake 3-star, the real 2-star. Not realizing that Sinclair does like more damage than Mersault over like a shorter period of time. We're just gonna ignore that, you know? We're just gonna ignore that. This skill 3 can do like 700 damage on like turn 3. You know, we'll just ignore that. We got Ancorp Yisong. The fraud allegations, obviously. Give me dead sinners or I retire. But I can't generate my poise potency. It's very easy to generate poise count. Okay, or Ryōshū is literally just OP as fuck. There's nothing to say about that. She's just busted. Teacup Otis, she got swept under the rug a little bit. She got swept under the rug a little bit, but I'll tell you what, guys, this Teacup Otis, she's an event ID, but let me tell you, she's fucking strong as fuck. This VDCU staff, she does numbers, man. I remember when we played her, we still use her. Yeah, she does wonders. Wei Sang, I argue that he is on the same tier as Mouthhouse. Some people may look at me and think I'm crazy. Some people may look at me and say, you just say everything is strong. But let me tell you that Wei Sang, he's definitely in the top 3. Sinclair, you're insane. You can call me insane all you want. All my results will prove you otherwise. Then we have you, Sinclair. He was the first chicken. And he's the first substitution. He does have arguably one of the best skill 2s in the game, by the way. I would argue this. Sinclair has one of the best S2s in the whole game. He's bad? No. No one considers him bad. Prince of the Martial Mersault, I mean, do I really have to comment on this? He legitimately might be the most powerful Blood Fiend next to Sancho. And then W Corp Heathcliff, I think, is the strongest W Corp unit. He does insane damage. I've seen this man hit numbers like crazy. He gets free S3s. He's the tank. He has the second highest charge potency gain in the entire game next to the fucking Walpurgis event. And, yeah, how many of these are named characters again, by the way? Let's count. Just, I'm curious. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 6. We have 7, 8, and we will have 9. Consistency, man. So there's 9 named characters in this. And how many IDs are there total? Including Ryōshū. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17. That's weird. Hold on. What is this? Wait a minute. Hold on. That's weird. Why does the Reddit saying that we don't want... We need more named characters? Oh, that's weird. Oh, because according to my calculations, over half of the season characters are named characters. So what do you fucking mean we don't have any named characters? It's not that we don't have any fucking named characters. We don't have any fucking named characters that you like. That's the fucking difference. That's what people fucking mean when they say we don't have any named... Oh, we don't have any named characters. No, we don't have any named characters that you don't like, dude. Just because you don't like the fucking name character that exists doesn't mean the name character doesn't fucking exist. All of a sudden, it's bad when I don't like it, okay? It's bad when I don't like it, it's good when I like it. That's what people fucking mean, man. When we say there's not enough name... Over half the season is name characters! It's just you don't like who the name characters are. That's it. That's all it is. Did I miss the ID discussion? A little bit. We're currently on the talk. And I'm just saying, it's absolute ID bias. Because if there were 12 Blood Fiends last season, let me tell you, no one would be complaining that there were 12 Blood Fiends. But because how many of the high show are named characters? We have 1. I guess if you want to count Lord Honglu because he's part of the thing, but I don't really count it. 1, 2, 3. My bad. 4 of the name. I guess Zichun. 4 out of the named characters are part of our high show team. All of a sudden, it's off limits. We don't want these named characters. We want the other named characters. Now, the only named character I am personally still hopeful for is Jupan. Because he was the only one besides Lin Daiyu that doesn't show up. We might get Hierarchs. Half of these high show don't exist in the story? Okay, but is it not the point of an ID to expand where it would not fit in the story. We learned so much more through these ID backstories that we could not fit in the story, else it would take up too much time. Why do we need to know what the Way branch do in the story? They're not relevant in the story. The Hyōshū units, the only Hyōshū that are relevant in the story, the main story, are the C branch, which are technically in the part 4, so they don't count, is the nocturnal one, which were the Maos, and that's because they were the main antagonist group. The Hyōshū aren't antagonists. They're just the security guards. Oh, but we don't want security guards. We want other things. What about Ricardo? That's the only name I care of. Ricardo will become a nocturnal sweeping bucket, guys. Way's ass size, a real missed opportunity. So out of the 9 named characters, 3 of them are related to Hyōshū. Well, 4 of them are related to Hyōshū, sorry. Because I'm including Ishmael and Honglu into this, when, to be honest with you, Honglu and Ishmael should not be accounted for in the Hyōshū unit. Honglu, you could argue. Ishmael, she surely shouldn't. But I'm doing this to assist with the Reddit opinion, right? So I'm helping the Redditors. I'm giving them a line. So 4 out of the 9 named characters are related to Hyōshū. So what you're saying is less than half of the characters who are named are part of the Hyōshū unit. Ah. Yikes, dude. Ooh. Are we just gonna ignore Thumb Duo? Are we just gonna ignore the N-Corp Duo? Are we just gonna ignore the literal W-Corp event we had? What's the point? I'm not even gonna lie to you. I don't remember what the point is. I'm just ranting about it because I am an avid defender of the Season 6. I think Season 6 has been a phenomenal season. I think Season 6 has been one of the best seasons they've had in terms of everything. And I think people really fucking hate this season for really pretty much no reason. Because they don't like what they see. Because when they ask for something, the monkey paw curls, and it's not in their favor. Right? That's why I'm arguing right now. When I'm arguing is when you ask for something, the monkey paw curls. And it does. You got what we wanted. I'm getting exactly what I wanted, to be honest with you. I have not had a single issue with anything that is released this season. Because one, I'm not a meta fucking Reddit, Twitter, fucking absolute bottom sweat. I do not give a rat's ass about that. I will make anything work, and you know that. But because I actually like having fun in my video game, which I know is a foreign concept, right? Which I know is a foreign concept. I have no issues. I think people associate Hyōshū with the season. The thing is this, right? Here's the thing. Here's the thing about Hyōshūs. Okay? It's the first time we've ever had almost every single people. Okay, this is what I mean by the monkey's paw. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys the biggest. I'm gonna give you guys the biggest monkey paw. People have been asking for a team they can use all 12 sinners on for a long fucking ever since chain battles existed. Right? We want a team that can use all the sinners. The monkey paw curls. Oh, but it's not the one we want. Okay. So you got what you wanted. But it's not what you want. Oh, but it's Rupture. I don't want Rupture. Oh, but it's Hyōshū. I think they're boring. I don't think that they're boring. I think that they're cool. I think that they're neat. I don't see the difference between a Hyōshū and whatever else we get. In fact, I'd argue the Hyōshū have some very interesting, like, depth in the background to the oh, because they don't show up in the story. Well, because the main story was about the hierarchs. Well, the Hyōshū want new units. But we did get new units. As I said. We got Thumb Duo. We got N-Corp Duo. But that's not enough. We got Prince, who assisted the Blood... Not enough. It's not enough. It's never enough. Until all high shows are defeated, it will never be enough. Is the only one left. All I'm saying is this, guys. If they did this shit to Blood Fiends, no one would be having this argument. That's all it is. That is the monkey paw curls. Repetitive designs. But they're all unique. They're just part of the same faction. It's like saying W Corp has repetitive designs. Let's look at W Corp. You want to know why people don't argue about W Corp repetitive design? Because people like W Corp. It's bias. They all look the same. All of the W Corps are janitors. But they don't say that, oh, the W Corp design is repetitive. No, they go, fuck yeah, another W Corp ID. Because W Corp is cool. Also, Roger at the bottom, cameo featured without an ID. Potential. But all of a sudden, when it's another faction, oh, hold on. We can't let the high show have all the fun now. They get the cool hat. They don't even wear the cool hat. All of them. One month, the best high show going to be unavailable until season 7. Because the gimmick of season 7 is a whole team of 12. It's the first time we've ever done this. Right? It's the first time a whole team of 12 has ever been a gimmick. Right? That's the gimmick of the season. It's not the new standard. It's the gimmick of the season. The high show, they insist upon themselves. They insist upon themselves. That is a great way. Let's have a look at the high show too. Because I think the high show have a lot more different, much more unique visual design to them compared to the W Corp. Like, okay, all the mouths look the same. Fair enough. The C branch and the Mao look completely different. Wei looks fucking completely different than these two. The Roosters look completely different than these three. Don Quixote looks completely different than all these four. Add Lord Lude to the mix, he looks completely different compared to the two. The only thing you can argue is that Faust, Ryōshū, and Otis look kind of similar, which, okay, you get that one because they're all part of the same branch. I'm not also saying, and please, again, don't put words out of my mouth. I'm not saying you're not allowed to feel that way. You can feel however you want. You cannot like things. I don't give a fuck. If you don't like something, good for you. Okay? But that's the beauty of seasons, isn't it? The next season comes, maybe something you like will come, maybe something I like will come. Right? But it's this biasness that a lot of people fulfill for no real valid reason that pisses me off the most. It's not that you're allowed to not like the high show. And don't get me wrong, you can not like the high show. You can think they're not cool. You can think the high show don't... I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. But you can't sit there and say that, oh, it's everything I wanted, but I'm gonna hate it because it's not what I wanted. I show us soldiers that shouldn't be differentiating from each other, aside from the adepts. The high show are bodyguards. They are beasts. They are animals. They are humans with the rights of animals that have been taken all of their free will away, and used as nothing more than tools. They are different in their design from the faction that they're based off, like the animal they're based off, and that's how much visual design they have. Because to give them anything more would be to value them as anything but a tool. You know? It's like, why do all the index proselytes wear blindfolds? Because they are supposed to devote themselves to the prescript. Are you gonna say that every index ID that comes out that wears a blindfold is like similar and bad design because they all wear the same? No, it's because index proselytes blind themselves so that they follow the prescript. Of course they're all gonna be blindfolded. Right? Like, it's like, why do all the blood fiends look like they're made of blood? Because they're freaking blood fiends. But when it's the Hyōshū pack, all of a sudden, all the problems start arising. Is this spoilers? No, I'm just showing off the I'll send it here. All I'm saying is, when... Okay, you know that one meme? Okay, hold on. Do you know the meme where it's like... Hold on. I have to show this. Hold on. This. Hey, hold on, it's on Reddit. I gotta get it off Reddit. Hold on. This is good. You guys are gonna fucking laugh at this, okay? You're gonna laugh at this. The index of light, only the proselytes are. Okay, hold on, let me open this up. Sorry, it's taking so long. Are you ready, guys? This is the Hyōshū team. This is legitimately exactly my fucking point right here. This is legitimately the thing I'm arguing about. This right here is exactly what I'm arguing. This whole rant that I'm having can be summed up like this. Imagine this is a blood fiend. Imagine this is a Hyōshū unit. I had to pull out the format. Okay? Imagine this is Hyōshū, this is blood fiends. Exactly the fucking same. You're probably not enjoying the game. Alright? This is exactly how it feels like. Someone get to editing. And again, you're allowed to have these opinions. That's why human beings are awesome. I don't want to interact with someone who's just a yes man, right? But it does have a little bit more. 90%. I'm gonna say a generous 75% of the time, it has a little bit of this going on. Okay, that 75% of the time when I see someone talking about it, I imagine this in my head. Again, 25% of the time, there's a valid argument to be made about it. But 75% of the time, yes man. A yes man is like... A yes man is someone who just always agrees with you. No, it's fine. I just didn't think it would be Chinese. How dare we have Hyōshūs in the season of the leash holder of all Hyōshūs? What is the context behind this image? This is people... The top one is blood fiends, and the bottom one is Hyōshūs. The only valid criticism I've seen is that Lord Honglu needs Hyōshūs to unlock the full kit. And that is a valid criticism. So, all of a sudden, when you think like that, right? When you have that thought in your head, right? Doesn't it make more sense that all of the Hyōshū are being released in the same season that Lord Honglu is being released, minus the first two? Because that means that you have the capability to get all of them at the same time. At least 90% of them at the same time. Imagine if I was a fucking new player and I got Lord Honglu and I was like, dude, I want to use Lord Honglu. Oh yeah, okay, well you gotta go through season 4, and then you gotta go through season 6. There's like 6 IDs in season 6. Then you gotta go through season 8 Bokak. Then you're gonna go through season 9. Then you're gonna go through season Inavalo 275 8000. Then you're gonna defeat Vergilius and Kano 13. Okay, and then after all of that, you gotta rewind. You gotta go through RR 45 to unlock the season 37 extraction season ticket. Get the then people would argue that it's too complicated to get the Hyōshū. So obviously they're all going to be coming out at the same similar time, so that you can get them all at the similar time. The difference is, of course, being it's not 100%, it's like a 90%. What am I looking at? Permitted versus sexual harassment. I'm sorry I've been ranting a lot, guys. I want you to understand that I don't hate anyone. And I don't care what your opinion is, right? But when we have these discussions, I want you to come at me with facts, right? And like logic. And I have conceded to multiple arguments many a times. Right? I don't care if I'm wrong. Who cares if I'm wrong? I don't care if I'm wrong. Because the sun rises tomorrow. If I'm wrong and Ryōshū comes out and she's the worst ID in the game, like how Z-Tune was considered the worst ID in the game, so fucking be it. Who cares? I'll still use her, just like I still use Z-Tune. You guys can attest, guys. Ever since Z-Tune came out, I didn't just say, okay, if there's anything about me you can't say, you can't say that I didn't say that I thought Z-Tune would be great, and then I stopped using her the instant she came out. I have been using her since she came out from the very beginning. I just love using her. I just love Zishu. She's one of my favorite IDs to play. Same with Encore Sang. You guys always see me slapping Encore Sang on the fucking team, bro. Stop using Encore Sang. Zishu bad? No, but I'm just saying the general stigma of like, you know, of backing what you believe in. You know what I'm saying? Like backing up what you believe in and not caring about what other people think. You know? And Zishu's not even that bad. And you're right, she's not that bad. She's not bad at all. She's actually incredibly good, very strong. She's gimmicky. She's a little hard to use at some points. You gotta work around her. Skip the ID, guys. The Redditors have made the executive decision. Pack it up. It is over. Let me leave you all. Leave you all. We're not leaving anything. But let me leave this argument with a final quote. Okay? The bee does not try to convince the fly that honey is better than shit. The bee does not attempt to convince the fly the honey is better than shit. The bee will go on about their day, producing honey. The fly will not change their argument. They will stand there and continue to eat the shit. They do not need to be told that the honey is better than the shit. The bee will simply do the work. It does not care if the fly thinks that the honey is worse than shit. It will simply continue to do so. The high show does not concern itself with the rupture count. Is Shakespeare really dead? He's right here. Am I a scholar? These are wise words that I live by, guys. And think of it as the honey is my thoughts and opinions, and the fly and the shit is like Reddit Twitter users. So I do not concern myself with the opinions of people who are completely fine staying in their own bubble. I like being wrong. I like being proven wrong, and I like being shown differences. So if Daiyu comes out and she's the worst ID in the game, I will fucking bite my tongue and move on. And I will continue to use her. Because I think she's cute. Because, I mean, look at this fit. She's kind of cute. Because her animations are nice. Because it's a single player game, and the only person that matters at the end of the fucking day is whoever's playing behind the screen. Which is you. And me. And 10,000 people can shout out to me that Haisha are boring and that they suck and whatever, and I do not give a rat's ass because when I press the funny skill 3, I see a cool animation and I'm happy. Now, should you get the Daiyu ID? As I've said, I don't know because she hasn't come out yet. So once she comes out, and we get to play her, and we get to feel her, because there is a big difference between feeling it and viewing it, right? How would multiplayer work? Probably miserably. I will still use Ryōshū. I will still use Ryōshū. I will swap between her and Ryōshū. Just like how I swap between Solemn Lament and Sunshower. Just like how I swap between Devyat and Sinclair, and U-Branch. Just like how I swap between Fang Hun and Lord Honglu. I made the meme. Is she seasonal? Standard. She's seasonal. So this is season 6. Should you get her? Why not? Every ID is free. Yeah, and at the end of the day, if you want to shard her, shard her. If not, chill. That's the beauty of it. You can just not get it. You can just not gamble on it. How I swap between Zwy Sinclair and Zwy Sinclair. 100 nipples, no Fluff Quixote. Rest in peace, Fluff Quixote. You were strong. I know this went a little bit more ranty than usual. Because as you can tell, I'm very passionate about this video game. This single-player game. And you know what I'm more passionate about? I'm more passionate about letting people, fucking think for themselves and do whatever the fuck they want. So, yeah, I guess at the end of the day, guys, if you need to hear any of my advice, just do whatever the fuck you want. Just literally think for yourself and think if you think it's cool, if you think it's worth it, go for it. If you want professional opinions, you'll get professional opinions. Take them as nothing more than just pieces of advice that you yourself can, okay, Jiku. Think of nothing more as professional advice that you do. Because I've seen some people who have really dog shit opinions and they're very popular people. I've seen very not popular people who have had very good opinions and people said that they're very bad opinions. So, yeah. Is Encorpius unlimited for the season? Yeah, he's season 6. Sink My Soul or Force to Pick? Yeah, she goes, Sink My Soul, yeah. Well, Sink My Soul if you want to make a team of 6. If you want just Hong Yuan IDs, you can do Lord, Zishmael, the Sea, and her. We don't care. Do you even want? Yeah, it doesn't change me. Like, I'm still gonna go to bed in the morning, go to work, be miserable for fucking 7 hours, come back, open Limbus Company, have a grand time. Whether you win a turn and 1 extra turn, or where you inflict 2 fucking count or 1 count. My hash just got to be incomplete because I don't have Dawn, and I spent my boxes trying to get her. Eventually, because she does the Grawl. This is kind of me. No thanks. I'd rather surrender my witnessing. When's the next season? Next month. What should I do? You still have a few weeks left. For me, I think this is for season 5 and hope they get better alternatives. Exactly. A lot of people started in season 6 and don't have the Ryōshū ID because she came out the whole season. So now they have an ID that works like a high show that can assist attack like the Daiyu of the story and provide benefit from. If you're struggling to do that, I'd say there's still a few weeks left of the season. Oh, Nari! Oh, Jay, thank you for the 10. Nari! Yo, Nari. I'm so full of Naris right now. Holy shit. This is what we need, dude. We haven't had some Naris in a while. Nari! Negative standard of good position. Ring saying. Nari, what do I think the first ID we'll get of the season is? Great question, because I had no fucking clue what the high show were. Nari! 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 Naris indeed. I need to listen to this for a while because this gives me dopamine. My first prediction of the new season, maybe a Syndicate. Syndicate could be cool. That's my assumption, but I have no idea. Usually gives some rupture and poise using all the high show. Exactly. In fact, let me close out of the browser now because we've pretty much done all the discussion that we've needed. There's no more discussion we're going to have now. And I can show you physically here the team that you have. So if you guys wanted to do a Poise Rupture unit, this is what you would run. You run Zishmael, you come over here with C. Gregor, you come over here with C. Roja. As you can see, you have 4 out of the 5 IDs, so typically also you ran Sync My Assault, and that would be your 5th. But now you can also just run the new Ryōshū. Let's just use Mao as a reference point here. There you go. Oh, another Nari. Merry early Christmas, by the way. Hope you have a good year. You know what, Jay? I have had a good year, guys. I hope you guys have all had a good year, guys. It is jolly season. It is December. It is the beginning of the jolly season. Thank you so much for the support for these such a while. And can I please check it out? Yeah, sure. Let me. Where did you post it? Final weeks of the voices. I believe you guys. One Ryōshū capsule idea to work like Hong Li, but the finger members instead of the high shows. I think that would be cool. Exam day, not a good Christmas. You guys got this. Any of you who are doing exams, you guys got this, alright? I believe. You know why I believe you guys are doing good? Because you're watching John fucking Limbus. Oh, it's on X? Okay, let me look, sorry. Because you're watching John Limbus, I know you guys are emotionally intelligent enough to complete any sort of exams.
Yo, Lunashi.
30 days till Kumo no Ito Ako no Ito.
Hey, thank you so much, Kev, for the fire. I appreciate it. 30 days, guys. 30 days, guys. All right, let's have a look at twitter.com. Yeah, no, here it is. This is it. Okay, let me show this. Oh, this is funny. All right, hold on. I'm going to show this real quick. Here you go, guys. I'll zoom in. Looky. It's so perfect. It really is. It really is. But yeah, no, as I say, you guys, this is great. Thank you so much for this. On Sinclair getting an insignificant high shot ID when he has a seasonal rupture WoW ego. Wait, insignificant? Wait, what? He's not insignificant. He's a good boy. He has an ID that he has an ego that helps him when he's at low HP, and the ID makes him at low HP. Well, the ID helps. Also, I gotta hold on. Before we move on, I have to do this. I'll let my opinions be known. I only use twitter.com chat to browse artists from JP, Korean, Chinese, and English artists. My entire timeline is full of Ishmael and Sheep Don Gode and Faust. Why is Sinclair not the U adept? I don't know why. Cause you know why he's not adept? Because he's just a baby bird. He's just a baby bird. He doesn't think. Okay, he's just a bird. He's got that bird in him. He was he's kind of testing the waters. He's a good clasher. Like, this is a good skill. Astro Managers and Anchor Found Junkie? No. Where'd you get that idea from? He's a chick, literally. Counting sheep to fall asleep to. Eth has more anger management. Yeah, so if you are new this season, or if you're still building out your team, I highly recommend finish off. Okay. I highly recommend finishing off the high show. If you have a high show team, if you have like an 80% high show team or a 75%, finish off your high show team. I think that's going to provide you the most benefit, because then you can, swap in and out. Do I think that Daiyu takes place in the world of the Zhu family? If so, do you think it'll be getting more Zhu family? You're my celebrity? No, you're my celebrity. My honest thoughts are this. So if we have a look here, in fact, I can just open my Rupture team up real quick. So here's my high show team. So as we all know, if we just use Ryōshū, she is part of the, as you can see, here's the main line, right? We have all of the story high shows. So Ryōshū and Otis are in the same line, which means that Ryōshū can't be here. What this can mean, however, okay, is the Lord that Ryōshū is talking about in this instance is from the Zhu family. And from the Zhu family, that means we could have a potential second family member. My thought is Zhu Pan. He is the only named character left that I have thought could be a possibility of a character. The Night Drifter, I thought would not be a thing until after Spring Cultivation. Right? Look at Magical Girl Dawn. What? She's not on the same timeline as Night of Despair? She upgraded. This is different. This is Lobotomy Corp Ego. She is wearing Meat Lantern. She's still the same Don Quixote. She's just wearing gear. Yeah, but the problem is, guys, this is Lobotomy Ego. Are you saying that your agent can't wear better gear? Because that's what this is. Right? They're just wearing gear. It's still the same Don. That's in the same timeline. It can't be Ryōshū, because Ryōshū has a whole uptie story. You have gained a royal follower. Thank you. I love you all. I would say she can't be the Drifter. Well, the thing is, yeah, I'm saying she can't be a Drifter. Because the Daiyu that we see is not a high show, and she has an entirely different uptie story. You know? She got promoted. The thing is, if we knew that this was from before, I mean, like, I guess it could be before she became a high show, but that would be very weird. Bunny. You know? I'm not sure. To be honest with you. I don't think it makes more sense for the Dawn one because it's just they're agents, right? The agents can be upgraded. But this one is a bit different. A bunny tail. Why am I zooming in on a tail? No idea. It'd be with story reasons? Yeah. I mean, this reminds me, does this have anything to do with, does she mention, I think she does mention a lord in this. So, who knows? My Anakin Fallen? Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys. On X-Agent when? Soon, apparently. Yeah, so the only high show we're missing is Mersault, which... What is the downside of eating a bolus compared to the other ones? Way boluses get... Oh, you get fucked up knees. Oh, does it show her knees? I think out of all of them, the mouths are pretty... The mouths are pretty safe, to be honest with you. I know you get fucked up, your leg, you get the inverted legs. Hold on, where are they? I can find the thing for them. In here. Here they are. You get the fucked up reverse leg. You get the, like, the reverse knees. So, I believe they break your legs when you become a Mao. But, honestly, the Mao seem pretty chill, to be honest with you. Bunny Girl bolus. Fun's arthritis. But yeah. To be honest with you, as I've said, I think the only named characters I genuinely think could still be a possibility is Jupan. Now, why don't I think the other family hierarchs candidates could be an ID? They could, but the family hierarch candidates are... Well, they're minor side characters. Zhu Pan was the most important one out of all of them. Besides, obviously, Zichun herself. Because Zhu Pan was... He was essentially the main side character of the family hierarch candidates. That is Ishmael. That is in Zichun. Right? Now, this is not the first time that something like that happened. Because as you guys know, we have a certain, well, fucking Fire Fist, right? So, it's totally possible that they can be, but they're not on my expected list. Just like I don't think Fire Fist was on anyone's expected list. Good manage insult. The most best in the ID from a capability should exceed the highest stand of magic and merit. Thank you. I appreciate the Otis glaze. Is he the rupture count guy? Yes. He literally claims everyone's bones. He is the only good person. So, I do think, I mean, it could be possible. But out of once Zhupan, if Zhupan hits, he was the last one I ever expected that could be a possible, like, guarantee. Yeah, the rest show up to be stepping stones, right? Shi Yuhua. I have heard people mention Shi Yuhua. I don't think Shi Yuhua would get it because he doesn't really do anything. Like, he's not really unique. He's only unique once he gets his weird fucked up bolus form. Which, don't get me wrong, would be a cool thing. But if I had to ask, would I rather get the fucked up Shi Yuhua bolus or Zhupan? I'd rather get Zhupan. The irony of Zhupan Masol. Actually, you make a great point. Zhupan Husol could be the last Hongyuan ID. But the problem is this. So, here's the problem, right, chat? If we have a look at Lord of Honglu, if we have a look at Lee Shoulder, as you can see, we have 11 stacks, right? We all know this is 11, right? But what does this actually give you? Like, let's actually sit and how much does it give you? As you can see, max 5. So every stack you gain max speed, max 5, but you gain 1% damage with skills, which means you get 11% damage. This has a max of 2 and a max of 5. This has a max of 3. And this has a max of 5. So the only thing that having any ID above, what, 5 gives you is damage. Is trauma from the dead. So yeah, no, that might be very... What if they... Guys, I understand it now. They're gonna turn Zhupan into a Haisho unit, just like they did Daiyu. I'm making the prediction right now. Here it is. He's gonna have the he's gonna have the Haisho conditional, just like Daiyu, which counts him for leash holder. I have not the conditionals. And with that, we will have all 11 quote-unquote leash holders. As is 9 high show, we have 9 high show, so yeah, I don't think we're getting more. Is it 9? Hold on. Isn't it 5 there? Oh no, because we have right, because Ishmael exists and in Hong Lu says something about the families at the end of the trailer. Yeah, he murdered all of them. Ishmael counts? No. She is special. She doesn't count. Should be 10. That is true. It should be 10. So this is implying that Ishmael could get a high show ID, but I don't think she will. I don't think Ishmael will get one. Also, let me double check real quick. Where is it in the passive? I'm trying to find it. But this is what I'm curious about for Daiyu. If this unit did not equip a defensive skill, it's about to take an upper, so apply 1 Lowe's Guard to the highest risen random high show pack allies. And if we have a look at their tags, it says high show pack. So I think the tag that Daiyu gets is going to be affected by this. Because it says high show pack allies. If said ally is a high show or geo unit, activate the following effect. So obviously that means that she also gets this effect as well. Did this get updated yet? I thought this would got updated, but it doesn't. Ultimate Hero World High Show. Yeah, so the maximum case scenario is 2 more high show IDs. 1 for Ishmael, 1 for Masol. But I don't think they would get, like, I know it says they have a high show. They might give her a high show like in the Kano 6, like Kano 8 Bokak, you know what I mean? But she has a different mechanic. In favor for Lord Lu? I think she wants to kill Lord Lu. They appear in the new Pashas? Yeah, let me have a look. Ah, here we go. Wait, what? Hold on. I thought they showed up in here. Weird. They could, yeah, Nocturnal Sweeping could show up. They could do it on Spring Bokak to be like a Night Drifter and another ID. But yeah, if Hong Lu got a high show, then we'd be full circle. I'd like to remind you all that W Corp has 9 IDs at the moment. Obviously, high show are at the current top with what is it? 9? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, high show are tied with W Corp for the most IDs in the game. In game? Okay. We are most likely not getting any seasonal IDs. BL Loot. Well, BL, there's only 6 characters, and Kurokoma, there's only 6 as well. Is 8 W Corp, not 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, there is 8. Oh, I thought there was 9. There you go. Oh, my bad. I thought there was 8. I thought there was 9. Never mind, they just got beaten out. LW Corp W High Show pack, baby. This is a W for Hong Yuan. It's the drifting blade of Hong Yuan now. I fucking agree. Ah, man. What an ID, huh, guys? What an ID, guys. It's not even out yet. Anyway, be prepared for the fucking storm that it's going to be when the Daiyu ID comes out. Although I have hope in my director. Pick it up. What are we doing today? I don't really know what we're doing today. I remember how... Okay, guys, remember how I said at the beginning of the stream, I was like, oh, this shouldn't take more than half an hour. 2 hours later. We ranted for 2 fucking hours about this fucking ID and the fucking patch notes. There was literally nothing in the fucking patch notes. And there was literally... The ID was like a 20-minute talk. How the fuck did we yap for 2 fucking hours? Assist skills, tremor. Who have I not done in a while? Rupture, sinking. I feel like I haven't done tremor in a while. Am I gonna gamble on the new banner? Yeah. Yeah, I am. Something about shit and honey? I don't know about something about that. Doing another sub. It feels good sleeping knowing that you coughed as well today. Thank you. How much pulls? Oh, guys, hold on. I have it up. Oh. Man, come here, try to imagine. If nobody can match your uniqueness of your competent passives and IDs. Thank you. As a way of coaxing rants out of people. I guess so, yeah. I try and stay out of all of this fucking, like, all of the talk about it. But obviously, as a, you know, as a figure in the community, even if some people may not like it, I do have a, you know, I have the ability to speak my voice and opinions, and my opinion is that I don't give a fuck about opinions. Am I getting like hanging out? So I'll try for it. I'll try for it, but I'm a bit worried about my pool situation. We'll see. What was I gonna do? Hold on, I was just about to do something, and I don't remember. Oh, guys, we have egos. You guys want to upsize some egos? Ego time. We have, I think, enough for 1, maybe 2 egos. Let me look. I have 180 thread. 110 thread. I'm probably the realist. Ah, I appreciate your flattery. It will get you somewhere. Mwah. Don soup. You guys gonna see me do Don soup. Soup, impending day. I'm thinking about impending day. Soup. Are you guys gonna seriously make me do soup? They have to double team you to match your power. Thank you for that. That was very fun. I had a really bad run. You know why I lost that run? Oh, spoilers, I guess. You wanna know why I struggled so hard? It's because I didn't go with my heart. I didn't use N-Corp Yisang with Ryōshū. If I went with my soul instead of what I thought would be fast, more optimal, I would have won. Soup. 92. Do it. What if I did 2? 9 soup. It has flavor. Most marvelous. I never force you. I fall under 0 pressure. Okay, rude, first of all. Second, fine. There. You got your soup. What does Uptype 4 do? 3 attack weight. And that's it? Just 3 attack weight? Jesus Christ. Soup. Now I'm out of thread. Oh, but I'm really close to thread. Hold on, we're gonna go do a little shard exchange real quick. Alright, who has a lot of shards? Roja, she's not gonna have anything for a while. I'll just trim a little bit off Roja. She's very fat, so she can handle this. What do I make anything first? Impending Day or soup? I already have Hex now. Probably. Ooh, good question. I'd say you'd probably find more value out of Impending Day. Speaking of, it's time to uptime Impending Day. Wap. This must feel special. Sure. What does this do? 40% damage on the execute. 50% damage on execute. Is that it? Oh, does it get attack weight? No, attack weight just gains okay, so it just gets execute damage. Okay. What if the first 2 includes Roja? I will cry. That's alright, I still have plenty of shards for her. She's very fat, so she has plenty of shards. All of this was from Walpurgis, by the way, as a reminder. This all came from Walpurgis. I had 0 shards before Walpurgis. Well. Guess we'll do a quick, I guess we'll do a little run then. Let's have a look at the teams. Bleed, burn, thinking, rupture, tremor. Pen. Charge, pierce. We did bleed yesterday. We've done sinking, I think. I haven't even used them. Detune. An L Corp. Wish that on kill effects lasted the whole skill and not just the final coin. That is fair. Middle sister, big Roja. T Corp trio. I mean, we can roll. You know what? We can do. We haven't done T Corp in a while. Sure. Okay. We'll do a Tremor team. We'll do Tremor and we'll add soup. We like Tremor here. Let me get the goats. Done. The Tremor Souls. Eurodivi. Rose Banner. The Goat Weefy. I guess we'll do Hanafuda. We'll have T Corp. You can be Zwei. Actually, you know what? The other Zwei. Now put in Zichun. Now put Zichun in. T-Corp. And the last but not least, we'll go... Nah, oh, what happened to my Eurodivi? There we go. Not a bad team. Oh, don't clear it out. Let's put Amigo in. Speed run, run. Wishing can. X-Snail. Lasting. Fluid. Soup. Fourth match. Red Eyes. Regret is Tremor. Yo, Tremor! Yay, Tremor! There we go. Oh, this juicy Tremor we got. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I'm so full of Tremor right now. There we go. Onward, Ryōshū. I love the new menus. Tremor Decay only. Alright. Let's go for, how fast do I think I could do this? Let's do up to floor... I guess we'll do extreme, why not? We'll see how fast we can complete a extreme run. Is that an ammo run? I have done ammo run. Actually, do I want to do extreme? 922, 40, 150, that's 390. I'll do extreme, why not? We'll go to infinite, and if I lose Starlight, it's no big deal. I will start, however, with some of the Tremor gifts that buff the us. We must scrap all the T-Corp stuff. That buffs us. Some buffs us, and then the badge as well. Where is that? Keywords. The wine. There we go. It's a candle. There we go. I mean, do we actually need to buy this stuff? Rojo, Deviat. See, Rojo, if you want to focus Poise. Deviat, if you want to focus Rupture. And if you're not using a high shot team. We'll take badge. Money. You know what? We'll go greedy this run. This is a greed run. Onward! Doggy Hode! Why is this guy so pissed, by the way? Holy shit. Ooh, Nagel and Hammer. Is this a Camilla? I will go there. Bam, boom, bump. Flubbo! Okay, we are going to run the triple Euro. Well, 1, 2, 3. We need the badge. Then 1, 2. We're gonna bring you, and we'll bring. And we'll bring the Hanafudas too. Why not? There you go. Now we're gonna have a nice, calm, relaxing speed run until. Ooh, excuse me. I'm gonna try and speed run this. I'm speed running. Whoa, I'm speed running, guys. Can you believe it? Except, you know, I win rated, which is not actually good for a speed run, but don't worry about that. Good Saga. Decay moment. Yeah.
이런 것도 되죠.
Tremor Chain is underrated? You are correct. Tremor Chain is absolutely goated. It is just overshadowed by 99 damage per Tremor Burst. Let me tell you something. If you in the extreme minds, that chain is life or death. Skill 3. That's why I said, like, you know, I troll a little bit. So we do a little trolling.
정당한 공무 집행이다.
Aha! Don Quixote! Wowie, so nice. Bonk, 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 bonk. So much yapping. Oh my god, so much yapping. The yapper. The yappening. Double event. Do 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 do. Boop 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 boop. Yeah. I have a question. Anything about my PF? It asked a lot, but it was something I had like over a decade ago. And there's no real story with it. It's just something I thought that was cool. Should I shout Otis? Sequel Otis is really good. I'd probably focus higher on your... And if you have any other like thing like a high show or like... Or if you have a Tremor team and you want that. No secret boss. This is PS. Dude. Mood.
제이에 거스르지 말고.
Bonk. Lose the hat, Otis. Hat. Bonk. It's OP. True. Nice. Wave cleared. Bam, 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 bam. Chop. No super, but that's fine. We goat. Grab all the Tremor stuff here. Nice. Ding, 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 ding. This is one hell of a Tremor team. Yeah, this is the Tremor team of all time, baby. This baby is insane. Oh, hell yeah. And this baby is awesome. Can I do the fusion? Skin into epicenter into thingy and thingy. I don't think I have any of that yet. I don't have the barrel. And I don't have the Nixie divergence either. Okay, I have to wait then. That's fine. Easy peasy. Yeah, Nixie should get at the end of this floor. Plus, Carmilla. Carmilla. Guido. Hello, you bitch. Hi, bitch. Fuck you. Boom. That good. Useless. I wonder why. Well, because why debuff when I can apply 99 damage per Tremor Burst? Which is, I mean, yeah. that's pretty much it. Bonk bonk.
가진 놈들을 털.
Right.
짝패군요.
Boom.
자세가 모르겠네. 자비에 감사하다.
They call me the executioner. Look at this. I finally have done the final piece of my sinking team. Congratulations.
진행 불가.
Episode tone. Oh, don't get me wrong. I like the tremor stuff. There's a lot of unique ones. Fracture is very unique and unused. The K is memed on, but like is actually really nice. Chain is blamed, but chain is like helpful when you're like early on or late game. Yeah, we'll go to Hell's Triggered. Sure, we'll find this. Why is it? Yeah. So my nighttime loneliness. I'll try. That is a fair point. It's like, why debuff when I could just 99 reverb entanglement? Yeah, that's pretty much it. There you go. Agreed. The hell is Fracture? Fracture's from Binds, Oda's Binds tier 4. What Fracture does is when you get staggered, it upgrades your stagger level. Am I still sabotaging? Am I? Why would I be?
최대전. 집행한다.
Am I? Wow. Ow. Wait, I don't have reverb. So Tremorage, Hedge, and stuff is pretty much it's a more harder version of reverb, pretty much.
타도한다.
Oop. Gildery.
자세가 모르겠네.
Do 15. Also, hi. What's the verdict on Ryōshū? I'm excited for Ryōshū. Excited to see what she has. I think she'll be good. We'll see if she's gonna be, you know, how strong it is or whatever. But yeah, I think I'm gonna use her definitely. So we'll be happy about that. Yup. Ahab, Alan, Daiyu, Kurokoma, Gregor has follow-up. Million Tremor. Fracture works on how many thresholds has? Does Fracture... I don't think Fracture works on thresholds, does it? Pretty sure it just upgrades it no matter what. Let me check. When staggered and the summon thing, raise the stag... Yeah, it just raises the stagger level. So it just turns it to plus or plus plus. I don't think it needs to have another one there. Hundred different tremors. That doing it does. Typically, you can just go for bursts. But if you want to maintain stuff like status and stuff, well, like if you're trying to do Scorch, obviously you need to do Thumb. If you want to do Hemorrhage, you need to do N-Corp and Night Owl. Like it depends what kind of subtype you're going for. I think the easiest out of the two is most likely Burn, like Scorch. Because Scorch, Burn only triggers, you know, once per turn, right? And there are a lot of IDs and support passives that like, give you bonuses to that burn count. Stiletto. Why do you burst Tremor the most? Probably Eurodivvy and Thumb Assault and Thumb Sinclair. Maybe even Night Owl Gregor.
자비의
Eurodivvy has a bazillion. Roseband and Rojo also has a lot. There's quite a few. There's the Curb Assault. Ah, he's just prepping, you know. Regret, true. There's a lot of good ideas of a lot of Tremendous.
자세가 무너졌나?
최대 전. 집행한다.
Yep.
자비에 감사하도록.
Hey, yeah. What if I just killed you? Do 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 do.
직접
And this epic encounter is strong.
이런 대상 사망. 징수 진행 불가.
자세가 무너졌나? 자비에 감사하도록.
Up, up.
자, 판 돌아갑니다.
Guys, I won't lie to you. So yesterday, if you guys weren't here for it, we did a custom event, custom mirror dungeon events, where I literally did not stop talking for fucking 3 hours straight.
패군요.
And then we immediately moved on to today, where I thought I wouldn't be talking as much. Instead, we ranted for over 2 hours straight. My voice is fucking shot right now, I won't lie to you. Oh, it is a chore to speak right now. I'm trying to gotta rest the vocal cords a little bit. I got two into my fight. I got hit with like the Monster Hunter fucking discussion and my brain just went into overdrive. Have I seen the Ryōshū solo videos? It's gonna be cool. Have I tried using N Corp Ryōshū and Capitana Gregor because when she assist attacks you, same double it? Yes, that's actually really cool. Hydrate. Do only 5 floors? I was thinking of only doing 5 floors. We'll see. What is the last stream? Last stream was we did custom mirror dungeons.
대상 사망.
I am gonna drink. I have water with me. I still drink.
의사도 없다면.
자세가 무너졌나? 자비에 감사하도록.
When should you use Moratorium over stacking multiple tremor effects? Moratorium is your setup. So if you're fighting a boss, you probably want to put the Moratorium on them first, so you can then set up the damage with the statuses. I do not do enough enemies already. Why do you want more? Because I find them fun. I have fun. They're fun. I like seeing the numbers go up. Chop through a needle. I'll graciously take one of those. Oh, almost got rid of that. Almost got rid of gemstone. I love railway more. No, not the railway. Doesn't this need a barrel? Yes. Barrel acquired. Oh yeah. And then the other one, we have this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. One, two. 1, 2. I usually always more time with Otis. The damage absorb doesn't work. I set up turn 1 before the everlasting and it just directly damages the enemy. Did I skin Gluppo? I did. I'm sorry. I murdered him. It's just skipping the enemy. That's very interesting. Are you hitting like attack weight or something? I know sometimes you hit attack weight and that kind of makes you think like you're skipping it, but you're actually hitting it.
이 대검은 당신의 검이자 방패가 되어.
Also, which one are you? You're using Otis's one, right? Otis. Yeah, so for Otis, you do have to block first. Same with Rojo, to be honest with you. The Rojo and Otis both have to block once. I know that's like a very simple thing to ask, but sometimes people forget, and that's totally fine. You're allowed to forget. Your corp, yeah, Tremor is great because it just fucking got everyone. I did? Stiletto. Interesting. Bonk. Does need to absorb trauma, activate Timotorium? No. The only thing she needs is her is to be in the time state. Otherwise she can activate it. She is safe. Bonk bonk.
이런 것도 되죠.
Yeah. There's a bug? Yeah, interesting. I had not potentially noticed it. Pop. There's the weasel. Ba-bang. Multiple times. Very weird. Shouldn't happen multiple times. Shouldn't be happening at all. Once you moratorium someone, they should stop taking all damage. Except for, I think, rupture damage goes through it. But typically they should stop taking all damage. Floor 3. We're here. What's the benefit of Time Moratorium? So, Time Moratorium puts your enemy in a bubble state where they can't take any damage. Well, they take damage, but they store it. They store any damage dealt to them into a little meter. And then you deal 2.5 times the meter damage. And then obviously if they have any electric effects that prevent that sort of stuff, that will happen. But yeah, that's kind of the main thing I know. Okay, what floor do I pick? I guess we'll go... If Ryōshū Poise game will be even closer to full stop Honglu, I think it would be very nice. I think it's 2.5. Yeah, it does 2.5 times sloth damage. Does 1.5? I'm pretty sure it does 2.5. Hold on. I might be spreading misinformation because I'm EP. Let me check. Let me check just to make sure I'm not spreading misinformation. Stack times 15. Oh, my bad. So yeah, stack times 15. It's 100 plus... 100 plus... Stack times 15 plus 100. So if you have 100, it'll do 115 plus 100. Yeah, so it's like... It depends how much damage you put in there. Typically over 15%. Full night with the time. Damn, full night with that? That sounds funny. Oh, hello, Gamba. Goodbye, Gamba. It asks me for my greed, and I will never succumb to my greed. Yeah. Do 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 do. I'm doing a little trolling. 해보겠네. So. Fish time. Fish. That increases my tremor count gained. It's so T-core.
당신 짝패군요.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah. Oh. I always see this place where is it in the story or in railway? This is a story. This is during the kind of 4. Oh yeah, there's some bangs.
편하게 가자고요.
Lee. T-Corp is kind of... I know, right? We have so much about T-Corp. So much, it's so little. Good follow, man. Oop. Ah, what a lovely day. Alright, who have I now? T-Corp? Alright. Bow. Bow. Boom. And bonk. Ba, ba, ba. Playing right now? Hell yeah.
자세가 무너졌네. 자비에 감사하도록.
The last of T-Core.
능력도 의지가 없다면
Almost done.
정당한 공무집행이다.
Very nice.
이런 것도 되죠.
Wow, so much tremor.
자세가 무너졌네.
I'm so full of tremor. Ba, 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 ba. This music is such a vibe too. Like you can just vibe to this music.
지불할 능력도 의지가 없다면
Ah. One left.
파도한다.
One left to rule them all. Onward to the next one. So many fights at this stage. Oh my god. They yearn for blood. I am just the ant lord. I don't understand anything. Here we go. Oh.
빠르게 처리하지.
Funk. Bro, what the hell?
여기가 네 약점인.
Interesting.
자세가 무너졌네. 자비에 감사하도록.
남은 시간을 탈탈 털어주는 수밖에.
Alright, we're almost done with this area.
파도한다.
He's beefing with everyone.
우리 만나요?
Am I still in this? Dude, these guys fucking die.
직접 타도하죠.
자세가 무너졌네.
70k, Jesus. Yay. All right, there's another W in our book. What we got here? Yes, yes. Downpour. What is this British team? So full of British people. They gotta do the other fusion now. I have everything. Don't I literally have everything? I do. I literally have everything. I'm just thinking. I'm doing a little bit of a think. I won't lie and say that I'm not getting tired, but I will wait until after floor 5 at least. Ward. Okay. Like, let's go out of here. Alright. Onward. The floor 4, floor. Hey, Yui! This is a great time to talk time moratorium him. Literally can't do anything. We also need skill 3. Yeah. Do I gamble it all on black? Yes. Do I regret it at the casino after? Absolutely. Do I go and do something about it? Probably not. Has a lot of pools. I remember I used to have that much before the war. Before the Great Walpurgis incident. I remember it was yesterday.
빠르게 처리하지.
There we go.
자세가 무너졌네.
This guy is overpowered.
빈틈투성이군. 스켈레톤. 빈틈투성이군.
Onward, Roshonate! We'll take this and this. This is floor 4, so I think we should do a little bit of a cheeky little speed run tech, you know? Okay, going a good old bridle, but we're not actually going to care about the eager gift. We just want to steal it from under him. I got this. The master. Okay. There you go. Misinputted there a little bit, but don't worry about that. Ba-bow, giraffe. Blood. Am I cooking? I'm doing a Kim Ji-hoon special, guys. Remember when Kim Ji-hoon was playing? You guys remember when he was doing his mirror dungeon? That shit, I was inspired. Oh, I'm just inspired by him. I'm just cooking. You let me cook.
현명한 업무 명령이었다. 덕분에 시간을 아꼈으니.
Leave this for tomorrow? Yeah, I might leave this for tomorrow. Let's be 5 for now. I want to do 5 first. I won't lie to you saying that I'm not starting to get a bit exhausted, but I'll do 5. Goated, okay. That hurt my health? Never. I must game. Nah, it's fine. I'm fine, guys. Don't worry. Oop. A little bit. It's a little missing. Just a flesh wound, guys. Fortunately, I got bridle, so I guess we're gonna have to use it now. But I won't upgrade it for now. It is alright. I got so much starlight. I don't know what to do with it. I'll keep it. The slot is spinning. It's gamble time. I know, right? Yeah, that was a really good one. That was a great shop thing. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna use this turn. We could pretty much... I want to say probably 2-turn comfortably. We got lucky, on here. This is perfect. Bong. Bong. Dong. Bong. Here to white Gussie. I could get rid of it. But I won't. As I think it has quite a large amount of aura. Boop. Okay, good. Get gooped. Boop. Again. Again. So fun fact, by the way, guys, if you're using Time Moratorium, did you know you can actually hover over the buff and it tells you how much damage you've done? I'll actually show you right here. So I've done... Where is it? 673 stored damage. So that's going to do times 15% plus 100. So around 900 damage. I can do more. I can do more. All with one simple little trick. Murder. I'd like to unmoratorium her, but that's fine. All those wrath flowers, I'm gonna just ignore them. There's a tip. Oh, what? Yeah, you can view it, so you can actually calculate your damage. Especially when you're fighting sloth weak bosses, very useful. Head tilt. Eep. Fish. Fishy. This guy does not know that he is Omae-wa-mo Shinderu right now.
허술하군. 자세가 모르겠네.
Ow, ow. 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 Yo, these flowers got hands, chat. They jump at me! They jump at me! Too bad, it doesn't matter because their boss is dead. Nice. Grab this. We'll take another tier 4, why not? Yoink yoink. I am the guy, I should have known this. Well, now you know, knowing is half the battle. Congratulations. Congratulations! Congratulations. Congratulations. Let's go fight... You know what? Let's go fight line 4. Or section 3. Why are we going to do section 3? Because we can EP the sheepy and I can ego. So it should be good. Hello, King in my... Level me up, please. Thank you. Got a little scary there, but we did it. Nice job. I'll just check it. The red flower will retaliate any damage you deal to it when you kill it. So the way to beat the flower... Oh my god, is that piece of relationship? Yoink. The way to beat the flower is you have to kill it with the least amount of damage as possible. Okay. Now that is goaded with the source. Holy indeed. Holy moly. Ooh, vestige too. Let's don't kill the horses. I mean, that's a bit risky. Possible, but risky. Ooh, he really wants those. Back to back goaded shops, true. This is what you get for playing. This is what you get for when you're the god scripter. You know. Ooh. Fusion time. Might as well get a little bit of thrill in here too. Why not? There we go. This is what I get for being corrupt. True. Is this some kind of rigged run? Yeah. This is like one of them rigged runs. You know? You know what I mean. You know what I mean. And now it's time for... Say it with me now. Ego spam. JK. Oh, we're gonna ego spam? Now we won't ego spam. I'll just ego. Easy peasy.
당신 짝패군요.
Might be the ult count, maybe. Maybe. Nice follow up. Nice follow up. Boop. Ooh, nice. Bam. Memory.
이런 것도 되죠.
I have to resist the ego spam because he doesn't want us to know that Kiryu is in the skies. True. Can't let you guys know that I'm related to Kim Ji-hoon by being Kim Ji-hoon. Oh.
눈부시지 않다 두려워하지
Ah, that looks like hell. I made that. That. There you go. Guess that's when the collab bucket is. 4 years.
완전히 멈췄나. 체납한 시간은
Next question.
상관없지.
남은 시간을 탈탈 털어주는 수밖에.
Ah. Memory. Nice.
여기가 네 약점인가? 허술하군. 자비에 감사.
Very good. Very great from our run so far. Will the LCB visit the library? Probably, yeah. Most definitely.
이런 것도 되죠.
One down, another bites the dust. Oh, we call that the heart attack, because that gave me a fucking heart attack. Jesus Christ. God damn.
당신 짝패군요.
Do I subscribe? Oh, great, Kim Ji-hoon. Yes, but only if lunacy is involved. I should team with my team, Liu, and should I replace Ryōshū with Sion? Interesting. Let's do Sidion. Very interesting.
짝패군요.
Let me read that again. Oh, C Rojon or M-Shu.
이런 것도 되죠.
Probably M-Shu? No, I'm just thinking as well. Probably M-Shu. Probably, yeah.
빈틈투성이군.
Or Baby Bird.
스틸레이터. 허술하군. 자세가 모르겠네.
That's Mercy.
3월.
I want a time moratorium with the sheep, but he's getting lucky. He's not well, I'm not getting any skill 3s yet. There we go. We can do this. Actually, this thing. What? Nah, we don't need to do it now.
타던.
Our shoes back better. We'll see when we get the game. We'll see when we get it.
어미란 빈틈 꿰뚫어주지.
The night all.
대대전
Break the sheep.
집행한다.
Poor EP sheep. A lot of damage.
탈탈 털어주는 수밖에.
Although, I think for the longest time I had no I don't remember what I had. Oh, that's later. Can I potentially kill the generator with Rupture? No, the generator takes no damage. No matter what, you cannot remove it. Unless it's bugged. We're gonna leave superstition for tomorrow. Running on the whole background, true. Guys, that is going to be it for today, pretty much. We had a discussion about the IDs, we had a discussion about the patch, we had our giant Season 6 discussion. But besides that, we started a little fast run, but we're gonna finish it mainly tomorrow. And then also we'll be back to our regularly scheduled program until... What is it? Yeah, until patch day where the ID comes out. So that is going to be it, guys. Thank you so much. I love you all. I appreciate you all so much. How many times are we getting compensated for the collab? 1 billion. Take care, everyone. Thank you all for joining. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are excited. And we will be doing more stuff tomorrow. Thank you all for joining. Love you all. See you all. Take care. Bye-bye.